end of the day, when all of you biatches are talking about the man gotta make more, he gotta step up, more, it's not right, it's not fair, oh my God, you're poor, you're a bum, crusty, oh my God, crusty, ashy. I'm not gonna settle. No settling. I'm not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Got a new song, y'all. Anyway, got it. Settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. No settling. Not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Oh my God. Settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. No settling, not gonna settle. Hey, not gonna settle. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You got on y'all breast, booty, thighs, lips. That's the worm on the hook.
Breast, booty, thighs, lips. That's the worm on the hook, y'all, in case you didn't know. Breast, booty. Breast, booty, thighs. 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 Booty, thighs, lips. Booty, thighs. Booty, thighs, lips. Booty, booty, thighs, lips. Booty, thighs, booty, thighs.
I could be lying. I know she better have on something.
She don't wear drawers.
What she wear?
Nothing.
Just some pussy flapping.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor, you put on something on that stanky hole.
It don't stink.
Well, put on something.
It smell like roses.
Lord, help me, I pray. And don't turn me loose, Jesus.
Don't pray for my twat.
She don't wear drawers.
What she wear? What she wear?
She don't wear drawers.
What she wear?
Nothing.
Pussy, 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 pussy flapping.
Mm-hmm.
Pussy, 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 pussy flapping.
Mm-hmm.
Pussy, 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 pussy flapping.
This my shit.
Pussy flapping.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, help me, I pray. Pussy, 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 pussy flapping. Pussy, 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 pussy flapping. Pussy, 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 pussy flapping. Pussy flapping. Pussy flapping.
She don't wear drawers. 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 She don't wear drawers.
And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. I said close them doors. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Sir, what is close the doors? Close the doors. Sir, what is close the doors? I'm telling you this. Close the doors. Huh? Close the doors.
What kind of shit is that?
Close the doors.
And we're done. We're done. We're finished.
For every man, there's a woman.
And for every dummy, there's a dummy.
I'm gonna let you know right now, your mama's a hoe. It doesn't matter that that's your mama and what your certain feelings about her. Your mama is a hoe. She's a hoe.
I'm selling coats. I'm selling coats. I'm selling coats.
I beg your pardon?
I'm selling coats. I'm selling coats.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for that bitch. I don't.
Because I've lost all respect for that bitch. B-I-C-T-H. And I'm standing on it.
Because y'all got false narratives out there, and y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power.
Just to let you niggas know, we don't need y'all. We want y'all, but we don't need you.
20 years later.
Our black men, we want all y'all back. Because we love you, we see you, kings. And most importantly, we need you. And most importantly, we need you.
And most importantly, we need you.
My man.
I put your pink, my booty hole brown. What a niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga, come suck a bitch toes. Pound town, just left pound town. Put your pink, my booty hole brown. What a niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga.
See my man.
I put your pink, my booty hole brown. What a niggas, I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing nigga, come suck a bitch.
Lost each other. Yes, I'm speaking to you. Lost each other. Where you fleeing to?
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
The racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said? Because I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you.
Shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain, where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
Enjoy Reed is probably the same.
I don't have a problem with.
Enjoy Reed is probably the same. She's from the Congo, you know.
I don't have a problem with.
For her family in the United States.
She could do what she wanted to.
Huh?
for her family in the United States.
She can do what she wanna do.
What kind of shit is that?
Shut up, bitch!
I don't have a problem with.
You're the kind of woman that I could give a lot of game. As much as you retire, love, well, maybe you don't have to ask. And I'd give you love. Hey, that's that jam. I'll buy your clothes. I would cook your dinner too. Soon as I get home from work.
Joy Reid.
That thing fine, boy.
Sweetie.
Oh, you said... Bitch. I ain't gonna never stop loving you, bitch. Joy Reid? No. No.
Clap. That's what I'm talking about. Talk your shit, nigga.
We like free stuff. So we came out here to get all this free stuff. But then the car saying you can't get the free stuff. What? Cause the people want to take it. And how y'all gonna take some stuff that ain't even yours? It's free.
So I got my 2 baskets and took the bus or whatever.
Wait a damn minute.
We get down here, we get some free stuff.
We're already in a recession. Times are hard. Why not just let us get the items and invest and be okay? We are Black women. We care about our crown. Why not give back to the community and let us get the product? The tools, any other eviction.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country. They're eating the dogs, 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 millions and millions of dogs, eating the dogs, They're eating the dogs, They're eating the dogs, eating the dogs, and it's a shame. Eating the cat, eating the cat. Eating the cat, 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 eating the cat. They're eating the dog, eating the dog, they're eating the dog, they're eating the dog, eating the dog, they're eating the dog, millions and millions of dogs, eating the dog, they're eating the dog, they're eating the dog, eating the dog, they're eating the dog, and it's a shame. Eating the cat, 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 eating the cat.
Slaves built the pyramids. Slaves built the Parthenon. Slaves built America. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you.
And we're done. We're done. We're finished.
My chain just fell off. Is that a sign? Oh my God. Is someone speaking to me? Shout out to y'all though. Happy Monday, besties. Oh, it's not both though. Because I guess I just didn't have it on securely. That's on me. Now I know somebody's gonna say that's what you get. I ain't gonna say who's gonna say that, but I'm pretty sure y'all know who's gonna say that because that person is mad at me right now. Oh my God, F it. I'm done. I don't have time. I'll figure it out later. Shout out to y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Happy Monday, happy birthday if it is your birthday. My birthday is in 1 week. Don't forget, Saturday night into Sunday, I'm gonna be live streaming. Y'all can come up and we can talk. And I'm not sure about the music, child, because I don't know if it'll be an issue because the channel is a monetized channel with the music. So I got to look into that first. I would love to play music though, because I would love to play all the music from the 80s and the 90s, even the 70s. Okay, but we'll see. I got to look into it. Either way, it's not like it won't be enough to talk about.
This is amazing.
I mean, we gotta sit here and talk about this ever-changing deal of stuff going on in Los Damn Angeles. I was up this morning at about 3:30 looking at this stuff, and I'm like, all right, I'm saving stuff to talk about tonight, but it's like, I know this shit's going to change by the time I get on air, and of course it has. It looks like I said that the Marines are on the way, child. We got to figure out what's going on. This stuff is crazy. Anyway, before I get into all that, tomorrow is the day that I'm going to the restaurant that JP, also known as Broke Ass Demonetized. I think he changed his name to that. Tomorrow is the day that we're going to dinner he sent me a gift card for my birthday. So I'm going to live stream from the restaurant. So that'll be like between 6 and 7, depending on getting seated and how all that works. So that'll kind of be an impromptu thing, just FYI. Other than that, there's not going to be no formal live stream tomorrow. And then I'm not sure about Wednesday, because Wednesday I'm going to the dentist to get a root canal done. So I'm pretty sure I probably won't be up to streaming after that's over, but we'll see. So probably next time, I guess, after that would be Thursday. What's Thursday? Nothing. So probably Thursday. Well, I don't really like to stream on Wednesdays much anymore anyway. So that's all good. Anyway, so yeah, that's what the schedule is looking like. And then lunch Wednesday, hopefully Thursday and Friday. And then I'll stream on Saturday. And then we'll do Saturday night into Sunday. So that's the plan. Hopefully you all will be here. I appreciate you. Shout out to all the channel members. Shout out to all of the mods doing the damn thing. Shout out to all the people that have newly subscribed. There's a lot of people who have subscribed lately. So I thank you and I appreciate your support. This is not for everybody. This is not for everybody. So if you're not one of them bodies that can deal with anything, then please don't be here. It's all good. I'm okay with it. Trust me, I'm okay with it. Let me go ahead and acknowledge our girl. Now it's the first super chat as always. Shout out to her. Hey y'all. Trump is 700 Marines on the way. Oh no. Oh no. I ain't even know that. All I did was go get something to eat. I come back and now it's already changed. That's what I'm talking about. This too much, child. This too much. Shout out to Reaper. Appreciate you, boo. He said Bonnet Crew doesn't wear oh Lord. Talking about that song. I don't know. I don't even pay attention to it that much. I just think it's so funny with the granny in the beginning, but that's just me. Shout out to you, boo. And shout out to you for 10 memberships. Shout out to the MSGs. Holding it down, taking care of me as always. Appreciate you. If anyone who ever did actually got a membership, please make sure you thank Death the Reaper up in here doing the damn thing early, letting y'all know to hit the like button. I see you. I appreciate you, boo. Shout out to Death the Reaper. Always, always, always supporting. Thank you so much, hon. Shout out to Trent up in here. He said, let's go get it, mama. It's Monday. Let's end the day strong. MSG, MSD. One love, MSD Queen. What's up, MSD King Trend? Checking in. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Always here. Another one, always supporting. And then bringing up the rear. I don't know if you late or not, but shout out to Couch. Appreciate you. He said, just got in from the dentist myself. Uh-oh. GTSY, child. I don't know that white people lingo. You got to tell me what that means. You got to tell me what that means, okay? GTSY, I don't know. But thank you so much, and shout out to you for being here. Since you was at the dentist, I'm going to forgive you for being a little bit late, just a little bit late, okay? All right, y'all. I was going to long stroke y'all for a moment, but I'm gonna save that because we got a lot of stuff that we need to get over and get into. All right, so let me go ahead and bring up what's coming up first. This, because you know the who are they? The Democrats, I guess, are all laughing and carrying on about this because, child, everybody is just so damn petty. I can't do it. I can't do it. So it looks like y'all don't act crazy. You know damn well TLA does that and says that all the time. Stop it. Y'all know damn well he say that shit all the time. Harmonize. You know you're not supposed to be going to y'all ain't shit. You know damn well you ain't supposed to be going to Target. Can't count on y'all colors for shit. So Donald Trump looks like he fell going up the steps, which is similar to what Joe Biden did. We already know. We've seen it 1,000,001 times. So of course, you know they had to highlight it. There you go. Child, they just be waiting for him to do something. Oh, let me get hold on. There you go. Okay. Look at it again. It's not funny, but it's so funny. Oh, shit. Remember when Joe Biden was coming down from the stage and he fell and then he pointed. I had that as a drop, and then he pointed at the ground like the ground did it. Child, I can't. Good luck to Trump. And I said, I got stock. Child, so do I. Buy up. All y'all get out to Target. Get out to Target. They got to bring that shit back up. I'm patient. I'm patient. I got time. Contrary to a lot of other people and what they may think, because I know damn well they ain't got shit. And yes, I said that. I meant that. And that's why I can't be dealing with foolishness. But I'm going to leave that to tomorrow. I'm going to leave that rant to, not tomorrow. I'm going to leave the rant. I got a rant for y'all, but I'm going to leave it for now. Shout out to WREM in Cincinnati. That's what that sounds like. I appreciate you for becoming a member. Shout out to all the channel members. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your continued support. Shout out to Adia up in here. Shout out to RBN. I appreciate you, boo. He said Trump just pulled a Joe Biden. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And the fact that they got this Joe Biden right here in the comments to basically comment saying, oh, I see you. Okay. I thought that was hilarious. Amazing. But, you know, child, they all old. So I don't even know why I said that. Child, I trip. I'm old. Everybody trip. It's not even a big thing. It was just funny with Joe Biden and the one because it was pointing. Remember he fell off the bike? Remember when Biden fell off the... Oh, no.
This is amazing.
Good times, child. Good times. So maybe this is the start of some good times with Trump. Don't come for me, okay? Don't come for me. I talk about everybody. I Wombat up in here. Thank you so much, hon. And he said, I'm not going to say that's what you get in English, so I'll say it in Spanish. Eso es lo que obtienes. Hopefully I got that right. Well, hopefully that's what in the world? You got me up here saying some shit. It could be somebody sucks ass or something. I thought you was mixed black and white. You know Spanish. You never gave me no Spanish that wasn't numbers. Didn't I ask you to tell me some Spanish without no numbers? Because all I know is numbers up to at least 10. Anyway, shout out to you. Appreciate you. RBN, thank you for another 5. He said, don't forget Biden started falling upstairs to then his mind went next. I think his mind was already gone. They was just lying to us. Shout out to the press secretary lady that left the party and now she wants to, what she want to do? She wrote a book and she want to do something, child. I haven't even gotten into it. I get to it eventually. There's so much going on, y'all. Moving on from this foolishness. Let's get a Diddy update. Pause. Because I think it's 50 Cent's baby mom who's the one that's the Jane Doe that's on trial, child. Girl, we know you're a hoe. Just admit it. Just admit it. I don't even know why she's trying to act like she don't know that we know that this is what you do for moolah, right? All right. So I haven't gotten the latest. This is just when I got the update. So this looks like it's from 2:18 p.m. So Diddy trial live updates. Ex-girlfriend abuse accuser reveals his depraved demand. So this is what we're still talking about. Okay, we know that he's a freak. Can we deduce that Diddy is a freak and he likes it any old way, right? So why are we still doing this?
This is amazing.
I feel like this is like salaciousness. Like, why do we have to hear all this over and over and over? All this mess mess with all these women, right? All right, we'll see. Shout out to Wayne Lundy. Appreciate you, boo. He said Sloppy Joe fell up the steps, down the steps, off a bike, bit by the dog, and almost wandered. Oh my God, that was the best when he wandered off into the Amazon jungle. He turned around and was like, Joe, where you go? Oh my God, that was hilarious. That was the best. I think him going backwards into the jungle was the best. Oh, I missed Joe Biden and his antics. Anyway, focus. Okay. So, excuse me, a social media influencer who says Diddy savagely beat her and made her have unprotected sex with prawn stars and escorts during their 3-year relationship. Pause. So they had a 3-year relationship, because I feel like people be missing this shit. That means you stayed. That's where you wanted to be. That's what you wanted to do. You knew what it was and you chose it. Okay. Returns to the witness stand today, kicking off the 5th week. All right, we on the 5th week of Diddy, y'all. The woman testifying anonymously, Jane Doe, sobbed uncontrollably last week as she described to the jury in horrifically graphic detail how the disgraced rap mogul forced her into depraved, DRUG-fueled freak off or X marathons that are at the center of this case. Diddy is accused of using his fame, fortune, and many businesses to run a decade-long scheme in which he controlled and manipulated his longtime girlfriend, R&B singer Cassie Ventura, 38, and others, including Jane, using violence and threats, forcing them into freak-offs that went on for days. Okay? Forced them. 3 years. Forced Cassie. 10, 11 years. The rapper has pleaded not guilty. All right, we know that. The trial is not all right, we know that. All right. Hold on. Diddy agreed to pay $450,000 reimbursement to ex-girlfriend for their relationship. This is amazing. For their relationship. Charge me. I don't want any loose ends. So Diddy agreed to pay the influencer $450,000 in reimbursement for their relationship. Jane texted Diddy, I want 3 years reimbursed. Well, that don't sound like somebody who's scared and been manipulated, because, child, if you so scared and he forced you to do shit, you try and tell me that you're going to get on the phone and say, this what I want, nigga. I'm just saying, that's not what it sounded like to me. Jane said Diddy then asked her to come up with a number, and at that time she didn't know how much his other ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura had settled for since it wasn't public. Oh, so actually what you're saying to me right now is that you didn't really ask him for anything. You came out after Cassie did her lawsuit. We all read it, and then they settled the next day. Then all of a sudden, like we be saying, this is proof to what we be saying, y'all. They be wanting all these people to come out of the woodwork. So you came out of the woodwork. So you ain't even that tough and rough with your Afro puffs, biatch. You had to wait for Cassie to do whatever in order for you to grow a pair, in order to come out here and try to say now you want some damn money. These biatches ain't ish, okay? Punk asses, right? So $150K to move on from resentment, Jane texted, and $100K per year. Jane told Combs she turned down work opportunities during their 3 years dating, much time because she was high and coerced to perform in X marathons with male escorts for Diddy. Diddy then called her and agreed to the $450,000 demand. So how the hell do you also get paid off and then you can turn around and testify against somebody? I need somebody to help me make it make sense. Just like the lady for Cosby. You want the money. It's clear that these bitches want the money. It's obvious and clear. The lifestyle, all of that. Being around famous people, right? I remember he was saying, charge me for your resentment. I don't want any loose ends. It was not immediately clear if Combs paid the money, but Jane testified last week that her $10,000 monthly rent for a posh house was still being paid by him per the terms of a love contract. So in other words, even though his ass is in jail and she coming to basically help to take him down, he's still paying her rent. So how good is this influencer that she still needs Diddy, a person that she's saying did this, did that, did this, did that, did this, did that, but you still accept the money from him? Make it make sense, Bueller. But now we're supposed to be believing all these frontal lobes wasn't all fully developed and they just didn't know what was going on. Oh, so you know how to be a whore. You know how to be a prostitute. You know how to be a 304. But all of a sudden, you don't know when to leave because something is not good for you, or somebody did something to you, and you just couldn't get up and leave because, oh, he was so tough. He did this, he threatened, he did this, he did that. But you had no problem calling his ass up after all these years, I'm going to allege, all these years, because Cassie did it. Now all of a sudden, you got some courage. Child, biatches be biatching, all right? Diddy threatened to release influencer's ex's ex tape to her baby daddy, who is allegedly 50 Cent. Allegedly, this is Daphne Joy, who is the mother of 50 Cent's kid. Combs once threatened to release ex tapes of his influencer girlfriend to her baby daddy. You threatened to release my tapes and threatened to post them, Combs' one-time girlfriend Jane texted him. Jane explained to jurors what she meant by the text to the Bad Boys founder, saying at the height of his anger, he just said, I'm just going to show your child's father these tapes. I have nothing to lose. Pretty sure that your child's father knew you were a whore. Pretty sure that your child's father knew that you was hoeing it up, Miss alleged OnlyFans influencer girl. Combs felt Jane taking part in hotel nights, also known as freak-offs, in which he had sex with male prostitutes while the I Need a Girl rapper watched and pleasured himself. Viewer discretion is advised, child. Viewer discretion is advised. Diddy's influencer ex says she was an ex-worker in their relationship. Girl, we know that's what you do. Girl, you admitted it. We know that's what you do. Diddy one-time influencer Jane once texted the hip-hop mogul that she felt like an ex-worker in their relationship. I became a side chick, an ex-worker in my own relationship, Jane texted the Bad Boys Diddy. She texted Diddy. I feel like I am an ex-worker in our relationship. I became a side chick in our relationship. So she probably would have continued if she was the main one, because ain't it interesting how that works? Because Cassie kind of wanted the same thing. I'm telling y'all, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. She came out right after that Asian woman had that last baby. All of a sudden, after she never had a baby by Diddy. Now, I haven't heard anybody say that she had any ABs, right? I would just assume that she's had one or two, allegedly. But all of a sudden, once that baby came out of nowhere, because none of us even knew that Diddy got somebody pregnant, right? Then that Asian baby called Love pops up out of the blue, and everybody's like, oh, she's so cute, meaning the family and everything. Then all of a sudden, Cassie brings up this lawsuit and says, you're going to pay me. I'm telling you, that was the catalyst for it. I'm telling you. Because if it wasn't Young Miami, but she probably assumed without knowing that Young Miami was probably going through everything that she had went through, right? But then when he out here having a baby, oh, you had a baby, nigga? When I wanted to marry you and allegedly want to have your babies, I'm going to get your ass. Allegedly. That's just what I always thought. And I feel like this kind of confirms it a little bit because allegedly Jane Doe, maybe allegedly Daphne Joy was like, oh, I thought I was his girlfriend. Did y'all even know that that was what that was? But now I feel like a side chick in my own relationship and an ex-worker. Girl, that's what you are, though. You definitely that. Jane testified that she was constantly pressured into performing for Combs in orchestrated marathons in which she had ex with male escorts, and he watched. The ex sessions were called freak-offs or hotel nights. Cassie said same thing. All right. Diddy's ex told him Cassie's explosive $30 million grape AB lawsuit described their relationship word for word. Diddy, in a call he secretly recorded, told his one-time influencer girlfriend Jane that he thought they both enjoyed taking part in freak-offs. The call came after Cassie filed her lawsuit alleging she was pressured to have sex with male prostitutes while Diddy watched and filmed. Diddy allegedly covertly taped a call he made to Jane in November 2023, saying to her, just some kinky-ish that I thought we both enjoyed. You know, when you keep coming back and doing something, people probably think that you like it. Maybe it's just me. Like, if you don't like fries, why would you eat them over and over and over again? If you don't like ice cream, why would you eat it over and over and over again? If you don't like freak-offs, why would you do them over and over and over again? Allegedly. Maybe it's just me. Because I know things in 2025 don't mean the same thing that they did back in the 80s and 90s. Anyway. Diddy referred to Jane's so-called hotel nights when they had, On the call, Jane was horrified by Ventura's allegations and saw parallels in her own relationship with Combs. Oh, she did it, so I'm going to do it too. She did it, so I'm going to do it too. I told you I know biatches. Trust me when I tell you I know biatches. Just reading it all, it's just so like word for word, Jane said. Jane testified she didn't know she was being recorded on the 19th. Call was seized when they did the seizure. Fine. They went to lunch. Jurors see text of Diddy accused her she was consenting to freak offs. Oh no. Oh no. Diddy influencer girlfriend once texted him she was consenting to have sex with male escorts for his freak off sessions. Jurors have been shown dozens of messages in which Jane told the bad boy person that she didn't want to take part in the hotel nights and that she felt he was simply using her for his actual pleasure. And you was using him back for the money and the $10K that he's paying for you monthly and every daggone thing else that you get. The prosecutor asked Jane, why did you say I know I was consenting? She said, I picked the word up from Combs. He said, if anyone saw these videos, they'd say you wanted it. Corny followed up by asking if that was true that Jane agreed to partake in the orchestrated marathons. I'm still trying to figure that out. So while she trying to figure it out, that man being sent up the river. I'm still trying to figure that out. Oh, are you now? Oh, are you now? Interesting how that works, y'all. But jurors also saw that Jane wrote on the note app on her phone, I'm having real life PTSD from these nights and feeling extremely violated. Well, maybe you should not do them. Maybe you should leave. Maybe you should pay for your own place, or maybe you need to, what is the word? Scale down on your expenses. Because child, who thinks that she can afford $10,000 a month on her own? How many times I be saying people up on these damn social media apps be lying. Oh, I'm living this great, wonderful life. We find out they be stealing from Target. They be taking stuff and then returning it back just so they can get up there and show you and move around and still got the tags on and go take the shit back. People be falling for it and be like, I got to do that. I got to do that. They're influencing you to be broke. Then you broke. And then you get on this daggone TikTok talking about you need somebody, you need a man that can pay all the bills with your 4 kids and all that other dumb shit. They're coming for y'all, gentlemen. Can any of you MSGs pay $10,000 a month, Bueller? Anybody? Bueller? Diddy's octogenarian mom. Oh, child. All right. His mama came in, child. There she is. That's his attorney. That's another attorney. I'm not a prawn star. I'm not an animal. Combs' ex texted him asking for break. Diddy's ex-girlfriend begged him to stop having DRUG-filled marathon sessions with her and escorts, declaring, I'm not a prawn star. I'm not an animal. Child, we saw her put it in writing that is exactly what she does. So I'm not sure why she's saying this. Allegedly, if this is allegedly, Daphne Joy. Our experiences are desensitizing X for me. Oh, maybe that was the problem. It was beginning to be too much. So maybe she couldn't perform for her other people because she was doing too much over here for Diddy. So it was interfering with her OF 304 career, allegedly. Our experiences are desensitizing X for me, the woman testifying said. I need a break. I don't want to do anything. I've hit a wall. Uh-oh. I can't be used like this anymore. I just wanted to make you happy. I can understand that, girl. But what we're not going to do is shit that we don't want to do. And then if you don't want to do it, keep doing it over and over and over again. But that's just me. But it's creating a war inside me, she added in another message. Jane sobbed on the witness stand Monday while reading the text. I was referring to not wanting to give my body to anybody else, period. Aww. Hoes with morals, child. Hoes with morals. Text revealed Diddy influencer ex told rapper numerous times she wanted out of freak-offs. Diddy, all right, she didn't want to do it no more. I don't want to be used and locked in a room to perform and fulfill your fantasies. Child, come on now. You know that's what you want to do. I'm coming to the realization of what this really is. I don't want to feel obligated to keep performing these nights with you for the fear of losing the roof over my head. Uh-oh. But she still didn't lose the roof over her head. She still got the roof. He's still paying. I can't. Where am I at? Hold on, y'all.
This is amazing.
But the rapper completely glossed over her messages when he answered her in a voice message complaining about being sick in bed. Don't bother Diddy when he's sick. Look at all that money. Maybe that's what you was into. Child, that's probably well over $10,000 right there in his damn hand. Girl, you know you wanted to be there. Diddy demands X-rated videos from influencer girlfriend while with other gal pal. Stop it. Don't say no to me. Diddy demanded his influencer girlfriend send him X-rated videos while he was with another gal pal. Y'all do be doing that. Diddy, one-time social media influencer girlfriend, received messages from the bad boy founder pressuring her to send him videos herself being a bad girl. She got upset and pushed back against the requests because he was with another woman. That'll do it. It'll definitely do it. But Combs insisted anyway, saying, just do what I say, please. I'm horny. Oh, no, my bad, y'all. Viewer discretion is advised, child. I guess this picture's a little bit better, but this don't look like no damn Diddy. Stop it. Don't say no to me, please. Diddy's accuser returns to the witness stand. All right. So she was on Friday. She was on today. There's really not much else, but I don't care about the updates because that was enough. Ain't nothing new. They want to talk about the damn ex-life so that everybody can be all like, oh my God. Ain't none of it really a surprise at the end of the daggone day. So what have we learned here right now with this? Biatches be worrying about other biatches, and then if another biatch does something, then that biatch is going to do it too. Or if that biatch has something, then that biatch wants it too. Or a biatch will still stay there if she's getting everything that she wants because she's a hoe. All right, there we go. There we go. Shout out to Wayne Lunday, also known as Your Excellence, sir. Appreciate you, boo. He said the whole Sean Combs saga has me over here believing most of Hollywood is infected, passing around viruses amongst each other. Yeah, when's that documentary coming out? Who got what disease and how they get it and who they get it from? That's what I want to know because ain't nobody, everybody ain't clean. Everybody ain't clean for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see that too. They ain't going to talk about that. Shout out to my favorite Gray. He said, is it fair to say Daphne brought Diddy allegedly, if it is Daphne Joy, no, also known as Jane Doe, or it could be Joy Reid, or it could be Joy Taylor. Shout out to Trent. Shout out to Mr. Wombat. Thank you, hon. He said, I got fed up with the blacks and the whites, so I decided to save a bunch of money, switch it to Spanish. Now they effing up. I'm other now. I might be other too. I might have to be other too, child. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate you. All right, so we be learning. Okay, we be learning. Yes, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. I appreciate y'all. We're moving on, child. We're moving on. We're going to do a little bit of eviction, then we'll get into the Los Angeles stuff because I got a couple of things for you, and then we'll get right into it. So it won't be 15 minutes for this. So under crime-free housing ordinances. I think this is Chicago because it's WGN, and we are very familiar with WGN. Let me change this up. All right, what are they talking about, child?
But when crime-free housing laws went into effect in many suburbs, many assumed they'd be used to target people who were making life miserable for fellow residents.
But that's not always how those laws are used. Sydney King is a reporter with the Illinois Answers Project. Hello to you.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yes, of course, Sydney. Let's start with how these laws were advertised and how they're actually being implemented. Explain them to us.
Certainly. The crime-free housing ordinances were initially intended to be a tool police departments had to help landlords get problem tenants out, people who are committing violent felonies, being caught for drug possession. But what we found in our investigation is that there were more than 1,000 cases over the last 5 years where tenants were being evicted or threatened with eviction for misdemeanor crimes or crimes that they didn't actually perpetrate themselves.
Yeah, and what are some of the...
Awesome. So if you committing crimes and you in the community...
You're awesome. You're awesome. You're awesome.
Shout out to Reaper. You're awesome. Shout out to Reaper. You're awesome with another 10 memberships.
Brandy, why is it $44? Who is Brandy? And why is it $44? It's the tip. The tip. Y'all just put that shit on there? Yeah. All right.
Shout out to you,
Come
boo.
up on soon. We gonna hook you up. We gonna make sure you get that backstreet fun.
Yeah.
You got a couple of kids. You don't have no job.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that little girl. That's my job.
Yeah.
Come and buy your taxes.
Definitely must have got your taxes back. Thank you so much, Hunter. I appreciate you for another 10. Shout out to the MSG Death the Reaper up in here doing the damn thing. Please make sure you hit the like button. Make sure that you thank Death the Reaper for a membership if you did get one. It's so easy just to say thank you. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the channel members. Thank you so much for your support. Yeah, he really is happy, Wrath. Talking about the ABCD guy, child. I forget his name. Anyway, thank you so much. But as far as the tenants are concerned, I'll update the banner in a second. These tenants are concerned. I think they thought that it was for other people, but not for them. Because they might be criminals too, but the people that be in your neighborhood, who are the people in your neighborhood, be criminals that you be having in your house. Let's not act like we don't know. Some of the time, not all the time. The people from yesterday, what they say? This SHOO teams going on. How? Where? Why? Who? Whose fault is that? How is that the landlord's fault? He ain't there. He don't live there. Who all over there? Like when you decide whether you're going to go somewhere. Who all over there? Woo! I guess they just thought their crimes would go unmentioned, right? Then they're going to lose the Section 8. Then it's going to turn into whatever the hell it turns. Child.
Suburbs where these relatively minor offenses have resulted in residents being evicted.
Yeah, DeKalb is one of the cities that has a really high level of enforcement in Illinois. Other cities in the area are Oak Forest, Orland Park, Tinley Park, Palatine. A lot of Chicago suburbs have these ordinances.
And I think I was reading through your report, and it said that in one instance, somebody was visiting an individual who was arrested, and that led to them being evicted. I mean, it's for minor things like this. Sometimes they didn't even commit the crime. It was some.
Wait. Hold on, child.
Tinley Park, Palatine, a lot of Chicago suburbs have these ordinances.
And I think I was reading through your report, and it said that in one instance, somebody was visiting an individual who was arrested, and that led to them being evicted. I mean, it's for minor things like this. Sometimes they didn't even.
Oh, so you had them in your house. That's what they said. And so they evicted her. So somebody came over to visit you. They were wanted. They obviously had some issues. They found them. They arrested them. They came back to you because you had them over there. And then you got kicked out. Child, so you didn't know? I know. Nobody knows anything about nobody, child.
Even commit the crime. It was somebody they knew who happened to stop at their house.
Yeah.
She said they happened to stop at their house. Girl, shut up.
The tenants in these cities have to sign contracts that essentially make them responsible for the actions of their family members or their guests. And they also say that a conviction is not required for enforcement of the ordinance. It could just be after an arrest or a suspicion.
So give us some of the offenses that are leading to people being evicted. I think in your story, you pointed out one was somebody who had a child with developmental disabilities who had been calling 911.
Yeah, and to be clear, there are cases where tenants are evicted for violent and dangerous felonies, but like I said, we found thousands of cases where they weren't. The woman you're speaking of, Catherine Garcia, lived in West Chicago, and she had a
damn. She giving out her name. Is that allowed, Bueller?
Son who has a developmental disorder, another son who's experiencing depression in the summer of 2023. And the family called 911 dozens of times for assistance for mental health crises. And ultimately, the city decided that that was a nuisance and used the ordinance to get her out of her home.
Okay, so your reporting shows that there are some issues with
oppressing
this law, which leads me to my next question. I would imagine that there are some efforts to restructure the law. Tell me about those.
Certainly. In fact, this week, just on Wednesday, the State Senate Executive Committee voted on a bill that would restrict and create some sweeping reforms for the laws across the state. It would require that cities create tracking mechanisms and provide assessments annually of their enforcement practices. And it would also protect people from being evicted just for calling 911.
Sydney King, it was an enlightening report.
It was something. Child. If you're gonna be out here hanging out with criminals, don't have them over to your house. If you being taken care of by Section 8. Maybe you should get taken care of by Diddy. Maybe you should get taken care of by Diddy, because even when he in jail, he still be taking care of you, child. Anyway, moving on to this one over here by oh no. It looks like we're about to go to the ATL. So you know what that means. Where are you at, TLA?
She was fucking his best friend. So, you know, I mean, everybody's fucking down here in Atlanta. I don't know what to tell you. They breeding like rabbits down here. Everybody getting ass.
Child, they're getting ass everywhere, child, everywhere. Residents of Atlanta Townhome Complex fear eviction, allege unlivable conditions. Oh, this is a new story, I'm sure.
Atlanta residents say they're paying for unlivable homes, and now the property owners want them out. Atlanta News First anchor Joe Gorcho is live tonight outside Bolden Townhomes in Atlanta's Oakland City neighborhood. So, Joe.
Oh, this is our spot, yeah?
Residents say this is flat out wrong.
This is our spot.
And Blair, residents are telling us they're demanding that the property ownership group step up and fix some of these unsafe conditions here instead of focusing on allegedly trying to kick them out. Now, the Bolden Capital Group wrote to us in a statement earlier this afternoon saying in part that they're facing complex challenges maintaining Bolden Town homes.
No life.
Since moving in a few months ago, a man who wants to be called Baba tells us his home has no power or air conditioning.
My kids can't even come see me because my apartment ain't in the fair condition for them.
Baba! Come on, Baba. Baba. Come on now.
Wrote to us in a statement earlier this afternoon saying in part that they're facing complex challenges maintaining Bolden Town homes.
No life.
Since moving in a few months ago, a man who wants to be called Baba tells us his home has no power or air conditioning.
My kids can't even come see me because my apartment ain't in the fair condition for them to come. You know, I don't have no air. You know, no life.
And to cook food, he has to get creative.
Right here, you this game.
He shows us his home and this note that was taped to his door from days ago. It appears to be from a representative of the property owner. It offers a warning that any unauthorized entry is trespassing and a violation of law. Residents now fear eviction and being left without a place to live.
I don't understand, like, how would you take our money and then kick us out? Like, I don't understand it.
Residents held a press conference at the complex on Friday morning.
You should go to court and countersue to get your money back. That's what you should do. My opinion, just me.
Some claim to have collapsing ceilings and mold. We observed broken glass windows, boarded up homes, and a lack of lights and air conditioning in some units.
No.
The outcry drew the attention of Atlanta City Council member Jason Dozier, who called for an investigation into the situation and a halt to any potential evictions. He wants a, quote, swift, coordinated response from the city of Atlanta, including our code enforcement agencies, housing officials, and legal partners. The property owner, Bolden Capital Group, responded as well, claiming that people are living in homes without proper authorization, which creates other issues, including, quote, utility theft and damage to units, adding that these issues have created difficult and unsafe conditions.
It's unsafe here. Anybody want to move over here with Baba? I'm just saying. I think there might be some openings. Oh, yeah, they're not letting nobody in. They just taking money. My bad.
The group said that it is working with local law enforcement to resolve this situation. Baba certainly believes he has every right to live in his home. He provided us with what appears to be a lease agreement that he signed with the company, emphasizing he pays rent to the landlord every month.
Yo, this damn thing was signed is from 1/10/2020. Goodbye. This thing is for 1/10/2025 to 1/9/2026. Wait, this thing says this agreement was made on this 3/10/2025. Wait a damn minute. How is this date 3/10, but the lease starts 1/10? So you lived there and then you went and signed the lease thereafter? After you lived there for a second? Is that what I'm reading? That's what I'm thinking I'm reading, right? What is going on? What is going on? Child. I don't know nothing. Yeah, I don't know nothing.
It's already hard for it to find somewhere to stay. You know, when you got somewhere to stay, you know, it ain't even decent enough for you to stay. You know?
And Bolden Capital Group did say that there's pending legal matters that they're attending to. Now, what that exactly means remains unclear. We did push for more clarity and for more answers about how they plan to address some of the allegations of unlivable conditions here at Bolden Town Homes that the residents pointed out to us. Live in South.
They're not going to do anything about the conditions because you got to go. You got to go. They said that it's probably condemned. It's about to be condemned. It needs to be condemned. And why are you signing leases on 3/10 and you at least started 1/10? Child, I don't have time. I don't even have time. But everybody know everything, right? Everybody know everything.
This is amazing.
Child, moving on. Moving on. Shout out to Kofa up in here. He said squatters have been running through ATL. Fake landlords too. We talked about some of those before. I haven't seen much about it, but squatters is definitely a thing. Squatters is definitely a thing, and I feel like that's going to get worse, especially if all these people are really going to be losing, the places where they live. But some people have to start taking accountability for their actions, though. I mean, come on. First of all, you see what this place looks like. So if you want to be the person that says, oh, everybody got to live somewhere, that's fine. Then that's where you chose to live, right? But you're required to pay the lease and follow the rules. And if you don't like what it is that you're seeing or how you're being treated, then you need to go through the court the proper way to handle it. If the landlord has to go through the courts in order to get what they need and want, then why is it that the tenants don't have to? Going to the damn TV station ain't doing nothing but helping the TV station. I don't know how many times I need to say this, but y'all, I don't know shit. I'm just old, okay? I don't know nothing about nothing. But I do know that you carrying your ass to this daggone TV ain't gonna help you one effing bit. You see that political person, whatever the hell, he said, oh, we trying to do this, we trying to do that. Oh, is that what you're doing? So that means that they just talking out of their ass about what they might want to do, but that's not going to help you for right now, because at this point they can't help you. So my other question would be, is before they decided to say you got to go, what were you doing previously to get out? Were you trying to get out, or were you just trying to stay there? Because it seems to me there's a little bit of a pattern in that there's never a problem where you're actually doing something about it until someone says that you have to go. Then all of a suddenly it's a problem and you want to call the news people. No, you need to be going to court well before they decide that you got to go, so that you can have the daggone leverage and you can take care of your own responsibility and your family and what the hell it is that you do and where it is that you gonna go. And don't be signing leases on 310 for something that started on 110, because I'm thinking that you lived there, you was fine with it, you signed that lease, now this has happened and now you're upset. Which I'm not saying that you shouldn't be upset, but what did y'all think was about to happen with that place? Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. What did they think was about to happen with that place? It looked like shit to begin with. It looked like shit to begin with. Y'all like it? We love it. You don't have any empathy? I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Sorry for your luck. All right, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So this is from somebody. It says, Compton ICE tensions escalate. Group flips security system. Because you know what they're saying. So as of a little while ago, they're saying that there's no violence going on over here in California. Prior to the National Guard coming, there was no violence going on over here in California. And then Trump sending the troops, and then all of a sudden now there's all this violence. Okay. Yes, it was peaceful. Child, it was peaceful over here. I might be mistaken, but those don't look like National Guard people. Damn, look how high that gas is. What the hell? All right. I need somebody to help me understand. If you fighting to stay in the United States, why are you waving somebody else's flag? I think that's Mexico. Why are you waving Mexico's flag if you want to stay in the United States? Then that sounds like you need to go back to Mexico. Maybe it's just me. I know it's me. Help you with staying in the United States by destroying what the hell is this? Is this like solar power shit sitting in the middle of nowhere? Peaceful. Oh, you're trying to break it. Oh, okay. Peaceful. Shout out to being peaceful. Child, what in the world? Oh my God. Thank you so much, Kofa. He says squatters about to go crazy in the ATL. Oh, the rent is going up like a mofo. My homegirl is moving and was able to rent her house for $2,700. Shout out to her. I'm happy for her bank account, but $2,700 in the South is wild. It's a necessary need. It's a need going on down there. Shout out to her. That's what I'm talking about. Good luck to the ATL. Be careful down there, yeah. Shout out to Will Quill. Appreciate you. He said, liberals, F America, it's evil. Also liberals, we demand you let the illegals into the country we claim is racist. Basically, right? Half damn crazy. But we're going over here to Fox. Shout out to Fox. They said heating up, Gaines fires back at, oh, no. This is the wrong one. I'm going to that one last. This one, Tom Homan responds to Gavin Newsom's dare to arrest him because I got this shit out of order. I'm sorry, y'all. Gavin Newsom tells President Trump to stand down amid LA protests. My bad, y'all.
It's the Operations Center run by the County of Los Angeles here with Governor Gavin Newsom. Governor, thanks for joining us live on MSNBC. Good to be here. So this is, as I said, the Emergency Operations Center. I wonder how you would characterize the events that are unfolding in Los Angeles right now. Is it an emergency? Is it Fox News is calling it the LA riots? Is it a peaceful protest? What's happening? What are you seeing? Well,
who's in California? Who was around for the LA riots? Anybody? Bueller? Is this the same as when that happened? I mean, I remember it, of course, but again, I'm still not well versed on what's going here. I'm trying to figure it out as we go through. Y'all let me know. Shout out to Wayne Lundy, another 5. He said, I'm too old to re-enlist. I promise you, though, I would be there, 10th Mountain Division style. I don't know. They might need you, child. You just never know. They could come back. They could come through and say, we'll take everybody back. My dad was called back one time. He told me, I was like, at that age, they called his ass back. And he happily went, of course. Sounds like you too. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the veterans. Thank you for your service. All of everyone in the military, all our military personnel. Shout out to RBN. Appreciate you, boo. He said, this is a peaceful demonstration. Stop mischaracterizing our constitutional rights to F-ish up. I know. What the hell? I agree. Somebody around here lying.
I mean, look, Donald Trump has created the conditions you see on your TV tonight. He's exacerbated the conditions. He's, lit the proverbial match. He's putting fuel on this fire ever since he announced he was taking over the National Guard. An illegal act, an immoral act, an unconstitutional act. And we're going to test that theory with a lawsuit tomorrow.
I was going to ask you that. Sorry to interrupt you, but Governor, so that's news. If you're going to sue the administration, tell me a little bit about it. What's the preview of this lawsuit?
Well, under his executive order, it specifically notes, and under what the DOD did, is they had to coordinate with the governor of the state. They never coordinate with the governor of the state. I've worked with the National Guard. We've deployed the National Guard. We did 3,000+ folks have been doing logistics work and fire recovery work, and they're fighting the fires, the rattlesnake teams. We did the same back in George Floyd. We have no problem working collaboratively in a mutual aid system with local law enforcement, but there's a protocol, there's a process. He didn't care about that. And the worst part, he completely lied.
He has it all under control, child. He got it all under control. I think Trump should take everybody back on up out of there, honestly. Take them all the F on up out of there and just wait. He got it under control. Let him do it. He's trying to, this was probably supposed to be his presidential moment. You know he's trying to be president, y'all. Meaning Gavin Newsom.
He said in a tweet that everything's now safe. Everything's fine. Is that the case, Mr. Trump? He said because he deployed the National Guard. The Guard hadn't even been deployed when he said this. It's Orwellian. Simply lying to people. Unconstitutional, illegal act. His mess. We're trying to clean it up.
You're saying that the president...
Now this is Donald Trump. Oh, my God. Already? He just now said damn guards didn't get there. But all of a sudden, everything going on in California, LA to be exact, is Donald Trump's fault.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Going, you're being a racist! Racist! Boy, what the fuck?
Basically.
The United States has made the situation on the ground here in Los Angeles less safe. What do you know about immigration enforcement today? Has there been any ICE raids in the city today? Are they coordinating with you on that at all? They give you a heads up?
Of course they're not coordinating. That said, we were told in just a recent briefing just a few minutes ago there was small activity in the county, not in the city proper. But look, you made a point a moment ago. These images are unacceptable. These kids on the car, the folks that are taking advantage of this, these aren't peaceful protesters. A lot of these folks, a lot of great people out there doing the right thing, but you get these.
That's your fault, sir. What are we talking about right now? I thought everything was peace.
Surging groups coming in, sort of these anarchists that are in there to create real problems. And they're just playing right into Donald Trump's hand. And they need to be called out. They need to be arrested. It is wrong to destroy other people's property. And it is wrong to create the conditions that only exacerbate this. But Donald Trump.
Did he just say it's wrong to destroy somebody else's property? As much freaking crime that we have watched over the last year and a half in California, and he didn't do shit about it? Are you kidding me right now, sir? Woo! Good luck to all of y'all out there.
At the end of the day, is the sponsor of these conditions.
Let me give you the opportunity. You mentioned that there are people out there causing mischief and mayhem. What's your message to those people who are out there tonight? Not the peaceful protesters that are out there protesting for the rights of immigrants, but for the people that are doing damage to buildings, to law enforcement.
Well, they're doing more than damage to buildings and to property. They're potentially damaging the very foundation of our republic. The democracy is in the balance. I mean, you're seeing these authoritarian tendencies now are being acted out by this administration. And we're case in point as it relates to nationalizing, federalizing the National Guard, threatening now to put in Marines. So I hope these people would pause and just consider. Now, some of them, they want that kind of chaos. Some ways they're adjacent to where Donald Trump is. But the peaceful protesters, we want to keep them safe. We want them to exercise their fundamental rights. We want to keep those that are enforcing the laws in a respectful and responsible way also safe. But Donald Trump needs to pull back. He needs to stand down. Donald Trump is inflaming these conditions. This is Donald Trump's problem right now, and if he can't solve it, we will.
He continues to, as always, hit you hard publicly. Just 10 minutes ago, he put out another Truth Social telling you and the mayor to apologize to the people of Los Angeles. You guys go at it pretty hard publicly, but I know you talk privately. Have you spoken in the last couple of days to the president about any of this?
Yeah, we talked for almost 20 minutes, and this issue never came up. I mean, I kept trying to talk about LA. You want to talk about all these other issues. We had a very decent conversation.
When was this?
This was late Friday night, about 1:30 plus his time.
After the protest had started?
After the protest, and he never once brought up the National Guard. He's a stone cold liar. He said he did. Stone cold liar. Never did. It was a very civil conversation. I've always wanted to approach engagement with the president of the United States in a respectful and responsible way. But there's no working with the president. There's only working for him. And I will never work for Donald Trump.
Did you mention at all to him in that phone call on Friday night, the types of raids that were happening in your state on Friday? You know, there are reports that and video of enforcement operations happening in ways that they haven't traditionally. ICE officers going to Home Depots around Los Angeles and picking off day laborers. Did you bring that up with him?
The conversation started with the frame of what's happening in LA. He immediately pivoted to other interests and other things.
Do you think he was aware of what was happening in Los Angeles?
I think I'm more than aware. And obviously, he was setting this up to take these additional steps.
This was a setup.
And I'm not saying he was setting things up. I'm not saying it was a setup. But clearly, they were in the process of moving to these next steps because out of nowhere, just a few hours after that conversation, he moves to pull the trigger under this construct under Title 10 and then created and exacerbated the conditions that are persisting today.
This is your authority normally to deploy.
Donald Trump exacerbated the conditions that are happening today. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. But I just feel like it's just a blame game. I mean, they definitely playing, both of them playing politics, right? For sure. That's not even a question. But what we're not going to do is just act like, okay, we know Donald Trump lies, and y'all might not know. I do know. But you're not an innocent. Your state has been shit for years, definitely the last few. So you want these people to stay. I think Donald Trump should leave. Or pull everybody out and let him go. But they'll still say it was his fault because he brought the troops in to begin with. Child, this is half damn crazy. Let me go over here to we didn't get to it, but y'all ain't got all day listening to him. Over to Fox. Tom Homan responds to Gavin Newsom's dare to arrest him. No one's above the law.
Rioters in LA blocking the highway and setting fire to the city in protest of Trump's administration's illegal immigration crackdown.
Jonathan Hunt is live outside of the Metro Detention Center in downtown Los Angeles with the latest. Jonathan?
Ainsley, Lawrence, Brian, good morning to all of you once again. Yeah, we're outside the Metropolitan Detention Center right here in downtown LA. Still a very tense scene on the streets here. You can see the police cars lined up as they are at various intersections all around downtown LA right now as a result of what we have witnessed over the last few days. It all began, of course, on Friday with those ICE raids targeting illegal immigrants. That sparked the initial protests that we saw here. And then on...
So illegal immigrants was being taken on up out of here, so they wanted to protest that. I guess they want them to stay.
Saturday, there was even more protest sparked by ICE activity in the city of Paramount. That's about 25 miles south of downtown LA. And with the protesters then clashing with federal agents, President Trump said he would call in the National Guard.
Is that peaceful? There's a lot of black smoke. Shout out to the Black Couch. Is that peaceful? Child, if it's why are we setting them cars on fire in the middle of the day? Not that at night would make it even better.
Federalizing members of the National Guard here in California and sending them to LA. By Sunday morning, they were on the streets of LA in their hundreds, and thousands of protesters turned out to greet them. That's when things turned, of course, extremely...
Hold on. Who over here burning the Americans? So we over here burning the American flag. This who y'all fighting for? What the?
And sending them to LA. By Sunday morning, they were on the streets of LA in their hundreds, and thousands of protesters turned out to greet them. That's when things turned, of course, extremely violent. We saw the American flag burned. We saw Waymo, which are the robot.
What part don't these people get? I'm sorry. What part don't these people get? So they want to stay here, wave their own flags instead of going back to the place where they waving the flags from and burn the American flag, but they want to stay here. And y'all fighting for this shit?
Taxis, the self-driving taxis, they're a common sight on the streets of LA, set on fire, at least 3 of them, very close to the 101 freeway, which was completely shut down in both directions for a time because of those.
Put some accelerant on it, make it go higher.
Thousands of protesters. They were met with smoke grenades, tear gas, and some rubber bullet rounds fired by law enforcement. The LAPD was on scene heavily on Sunday, having been criticized for a slow response on Friday.
Oh no, you mean to tell me that the LAPD had a slow response? Now whose fault would that be? Let me just think for a second. Would that not be the governor or the mayor of Los Angeles? So you didn't react in a timely manner, it sounds like. Ain't that what happened with the fires? I'm just saying. I'm just asking questions because I don't know. They said slow response. So then they get out there because it was being attacked, from what I understand, meaning the oppressors were being attacked. Oh, but Gavin said they had it all under control, child. He said it was all under control. This is just peaceful. Y'all, this is peaceful. Burn the American flag, wave your own country that you love so much, but you don't want to go back to. You're here illegally. Because, child, we saw y'all. We saw y'all when you came over. We was watching because we be knowing and learning, okay? Woo, Lord, help your people. Let me acknowledge real quick. Appreciate you, boo. Burning the flag of the country, you want to house the illegals. Yeah, we're officially in idiocracy. Don't make sense to me. I cannot. Kay said Karen Bass did not want to send the police. Like maybe she didn't want to send the daggone fire people when the damn fires was going on too. Like what is wrong with these people? And guess what, y'all? I don't care. If Gavin is eligible to be reelected, I promise you they'll reelect his ass. They'll reelect him.
And President Trump said, having sent the National Guard in here, he would be perfectly willing to send a lot more troops if necessary. Here's the president.
What is the bar for sending Marines?
What I think it is. I mean, if we see danger to our country and to our citizens, we'll be very, very strong in terms of law and order. It's about law and order.
Law and order.
Democracy relief on the table, sir. Secretary,
we got to see what we need. We'll send whatever we need to make sure this law.
Yo, he out here in Morristown, New Jersey.
And order.
Law and order.
Now, California Governor Gavin Newsom wrote in protest to the president and also...
Child, these people don't get on the phone no more, clearly. What they do is they just get on damn social media, child.
Posted on X saying, quote...
Yes, let's get on X and talk to the president of the United States. President of the United States, let's get on social so I can say what I want about the governor of California.
I have formally requested the Trump administration rescind their unlawful deployment of troops in Los Angeles County and return them to my command. I think the answer we can safely say to that is going to be a flat no from President Trump. He, in fact, has indicated he is willing to keep the National Guard here and bolster their ranks for up to 60 days if he feels it is necessary. I can also tell you guys there is another protest plan to gather in Grant Park, just a couple of blocks from where I am right now, at 11 a.m. local time today. That's 2 p.m. Eastern time. So those protesters are not letting up either. This is going to remain an extremely tense situation on the streets of Los Angeles. Lawrence Ainsley, Brian?
Jonathan, any sense of how many of these protesters are illegals? Do you get the sense that this is... Good question.
How the hell he gonna tell who an illegal and who isn't? That sounded racist. That sounds racist. Child, how many of them people out there look like they don't even belong here and that they illegal?
Oh, you're being a racist! Racist!
That's what I think. Shout out to Wayne Lundy with another 10. Thank you, honey. He said, burning my flag is a crime. My dad would be, he's beside himself. I know he is. Raising their flag above our flag is bold. Bold people need to be handled. If I start burning every other country's flag, they would call me un-American, deport them all. I agree with you. Thank you so much, Boo. Appreciate you. Everyone, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Get into the chat.
This is illegals trying to stay here, or do you think it's just people creating anarchy?
I think you have a complete mixture of all of those things. Frankly, Brian, I think a lot of illegal immigrants would not be showing up to these protests simply because of the danger they would face of arrest. I think what you have are a lot of supporters of those illegal immigrants, a lot of pro-immigration activists, and then, as the LAPD chief Jim McDonnell himself said, you have a lot of people who have very little to do with the cause of immigration, but are here simply because...
Child, there's a few more cars being burned. Oh, Lord have mercy. What the?
Who have very little to do with the cause of immigration, but are here simply because this is, in the words of the LAPD chief, what they do. They turn up for these protests and riots. They turned up for the George Floyd protests and riots. They've turned up for the anti-Wall Street protests and riots. And according to the police chief, they see a lot of the same faces turning up, organizing here. And according to the police chief, they are the ones engaging in most of the violence over the last few days, Brian.
Child, I'm going out there. Who gonna house me? Who gonna house me? I'm coming and I'm a live stream, see what's going on. Who is near LA and they can house me? I'm coming.
Well, yeah, because there was never any consequences. Thanks, Jonathan. In 2020, they never got arrested. There was no criminal prosecution.
They were applauded.
Exactly. So you got the same people showing up to every movement with the keffiyehs. Yet again, the same people that market in the middle of the street. You got the COVID masks that are on as well. And they say they're afraid of the police, remember. But they're throwing bricks at them. They're setting stuff on fire. This doesn't look like people that are afraid of the police. These are people that feel in power. This is why the president had to crack down and deal with it. Gavin Newsom has had years to deal with these people.
Exactly.
And they've been free to do whatever they want. And now the hammer is being dropped.
Well, it's the Democrats that have demonized ICE.
Because that's how California works, right? T-King, child, give me a place to stay. I sleep on the couch, child. Oh, not if you live in a place like, you know, that townhouse place we just looked at. Girl, I'm just playing. Shout out to T-King. Shout out to Trent. He said, acts of war, burning flags, civilians get away with it. Militants, military, and militia don't. They
This is amazing.
They get pew-pewed. Child, I hear you. Shout out to Chris Creative. I appreciate you, boo. He said, imagine if Mexicans fought the DRUG cartels there and to make Mexico great versus showing their ass here. Keep that same energy. We're too nice in America, and Americans don't realize it. I agree. All they want to do is come fucking clean about everything. Everything. Yeah, child, you sound like me, Erroneous E. This is exactly what's going on now.
Agents called them fascists. And so the individuals hear that, they go out and protest. It doesn't make sense. You would think that the governor would want federal agents or troops, National Guard, to be sent in to help his police officers because
it's Donald Trump. Imagine you not doing what's right for your damn state because you don't like Donald Trump. I mean, of course, he wasn't doing shit right anyway, as far as I'm concerned. But now, even with this, when the police couldn't handle him and they sent the people out late and Karen ain't doing right and you barely say anything. This is the first time I feel like I've seen this man come up here and actually say something. And I don't even know how long. But y'all keep electing that man.
As the LA police chief said, we're overwhelmed. They're using cinder blocks and hammers. They're throwing these at our cars and at our police officers.
Sounds peaceful to me. This is what peaceful is, y'all. Remember when we already know that words mean different things in 2025? This is what peaceful means. Cinder blocks, throwing gas, burning cars, toppling over solar panels. This is called peaceful.
Officers that we've even had liquid, who knows what, thrown at our officers. They shut down the 101 freeway. You can't do that.
Meanwhile, it's become mini Mexico. That's why the flags, these people are proud of it. They don't understand that it's hurting their cause, but they're not thinking
about that. And now Gavin
that.
Newsom wants to sue Donald Trump.
Right.
That's supposed to come down today.
And he's trying to stop, he's trying to stop the whole presence of the National Guard.
So violent anti-ICE protests raging across LA, burning U.S. flags, setting cars on fire, and throwing rocks at the police to protest the arrest of illegal migrants, including child abuse and murder suspects. But California Democrats like Kamala Harris, Mayor Karen Bass, and Governor Newsom are blaming the Trump administration for
Cam. Now she got something to say, child. It is part of the Trump administration's cruel, calculated agenda to spread panic and division. Bass, what we're seeing in Los Angeles is chaos. This is provoked by the administration. Newsom, these are the acts of a dictator, not a president. You know what they sound like? They sound like bitches. Oh, it ain't my fault. That's exactly what it is. It ain't my fault. No responsibility, no accountability, nothing. It's everybody else's fault. And of course, Trump's bad. Trump's bad. Shout out to Paula Trickens. I ain't seen you in a while, Trina. Good to see you. She said, if you want to wave the Mexican flag, take your ass to Mexico. Exactly. Shout out to Trina Downs. Shout out to all of y'all. Hit the like button for me. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
the chaos. Borders our Tom Homan joins us now. So, Tom, you've been leading these operations.
Damn, he looked like he ready to go down there his daggone self. Shout out to Tom. Tom, I know we've talked in the past. I may have to call you again. Everything is good right now, but you just never know with these tethers. I got you on speed dial, though.
And so instead of criticizing the people that are attacking our agents, you got Gavin Newsom, who has called for you to arrest them, and you got Maxine Waters, who is going after the National Guard. Watch this.
He's a tough guy. Why doesn't he do that? He knows where to find me. The hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn, but I care about my community, and I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So, Tom, arrest me.
What are you going to do? You going to shoot some kid? He's afraid of getting run? You going to shoot an elected official? If you shoot me, you better shoot straight. I don't know why you're in my city. You did. The governor was not contacted.
Tom, what's your response?
Well, first of all, it's just ridiculous. That reporter from SMBC, he's a joke. He's a dishonest reporter. What we discussed was, for those protesters that cross the line, I've said it many times, you can protest, you got your First Amendment rights. But when you cross that line, you put hands on an ICE officer or
he's only using the skateboard. That got to be okay, right?
Or you destroy property, or I say that you're impede law enforcement, or you're knowingly harboring concealing illegal alien, that's a crime. And the Trump administration is not going to tolerate it. You cross that line, we're going to see prosecution in the Department of Justice. Then the reporter asked me, well, could Governor Newsom or Mayor Bass be arrested? I said, well, no one's above the law. If they cross the line and commit a crime, absolutely they can. So there was no discussion about arresting Newsom. And so, you know, what he's done, he's failed that state. He waited 2 days of that city burning and people getting hurt, officers being assaulted before he made any declaration of an unlawful assembly. He's late to the game. President Trump isn't late to the game. Men and women of ICE are not late to the game. And let's make this clear. I keep hearing this term ICE raids, ICE raids. What happened with how this riot started is that ICE was serving a series of criminal warrants at a business being investigated for money laundering, customs fraud, and serious violations on sending money to criminal cartels that in Colombia and Mexico that fund cartel activities in the United States. It's a part of an overall conspiracy that ICE is investigating. So we're arresting bad people. We were enforcing the laws and following up on a serious criminal investigation.
I trust what he's saying. We're arresting bad people, and they're going to come in and say, no, you can't do that. He said they didn't do nothing for 2 days. I'm thinking it might be right. How did it get this far? We got cars burning and people toppling over the solar panel and all this other hitting shit with the skateboard, graffiti, but it's peaceful, y'all. For California, for 2025, this is considered peaceful. Oh, my bad. It's Donald Trump's fault.
On cartel financing. So that's exactly what I said. And ICE took a lot of bad people off the street that day. We arrested a sexual predator, arrested gang members, arrested somebody that had an armed robbery conviction. So we made LA safer. The men and women at ICE, the men and women of the Border Patrol made LA safer that day. But you're not hearing any of this. All you hear is a rhetoric about ICE being racist and ICE being Nazis and terrorists. And Governor Newsom feeds that. Just like Hakeem Jeffrey feeds it, that he's going to unmask ICE agents. And the members of Congress who keep feeding this rhetoric, they're the ones that are causing this riot because they don't listen to the truth about what the men and women at ICE are doing. We're keeping our promise to American people to make these streets safe again. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're not going to stop doing it.
Amazing.
Tom, who gave the stand down order from the LAPD when your federal agents were being surrounded? And you know the call.
They're breaking glass with the damn skateboard. Yeah, that looked peaceful to me. That's not a problem. Not a problem. Shout out to Couch. Thank you, honey. He said, so we all supposed to become Helen Keller and not see Ish and not hear Ish. F that. Yes. That's it. What you see is not what you see. You only see what Gavin, Karen, and Cam say that you see. Because this is all Donald Trump's fault. Because it's just the same shit over and over and over again.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Go where you're being a racist. Racist!
What he just said a second ago, they call all these names, you racist, you a fascist, you a this, you a that, you a this, you a that, and then blame. What is the damn solution, sir? What are you going to do? Meaning Gavin and what's her name? What are y'all gonna do? This is day 4. This started Friday. This is day 4. You can play this blame game all you want to. Do something. Just do something. Look at these people. Just breaking windows just for breaking windows sake. Peaceful.
You were a local cop before you were a federal agent. When a cop says officer assist across the radio that they're surrounded, everyone in the surrounding area is supposed to respond. So who told the LA cops not to respond?
Well, the LA police chief, he works for the mayor of Los Angeles. That's Karen Bass. And they were delayed. They were very delayed in responding to the call for assistance. Like I was here, and it had over 1,000 protesters at the federal building trying, and they breached it several times. Luckily, they were able to push them back, and that put the officers at great risk. It put the detainees that we had in custody at great risk. So again, this is just a false narrative being pushed by the left and being pushed by even members of Congress about the men and women of ICE being Nazis and terrorists, and that we're out arresting innocent women and children. Everybody we arrested, everybody we looked for, they got final order removal. They've had a due process. That's what they keep shouting about. They demand due process. They had a due process. A judge, a federal.
Don't you love when people do this too? If you notice, these protesters are then trying to agitate the National Guard as they just stand there. And then as soon as they do something to you, it was like, oh, I was being a racist. Shout out to TQS. He said they need to fight the cartels like they fight 5-0. Child, you already know the answer to that because they not gonna play fair. All this of what he's saying, like Gavin, and we about to see Karen in a second. You know damn well down there they not gonna play fair. So why they not playing them games down? Go on back home, child. Go play with them. You don't want to be there for a reason, right? Oh, maybe because you can't act like this too.
Judges ordered them removed. Our job is to execute that order, right? So you got Congress who made the laws that we're following. You have a judge that orders them removed. So we're executing removal orders. ICE is doing the job that American people want them to do. We're making America safe again, one illegal criminal at a time, and that's what we're doing in LA.
So Tom, the travel.
Child, you hear Tom know every bit of everything that's going on. He just broke it all down. He ain't miss a beat. I'm assuming what he's saying is right. Because child, I don't know. But that's his job. He ran it down. He ain't had to look at no nothing. This is what it is. This is what happened. This is who did it. This was supposed to do it. This was supposed to approve it, and then go to her, and she didn't do it. Child, somebody that know their job like they're supposed to.
The ban is set to go into effect today. Over a dozen countries are on that list, including Venezuelan nationals. Tell me about this travel ban. What is it going to do to stop the travel coming across this country to illegal immigrants?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, before I got that, let me just mention this. You know, God bless President Trump for sending the National Guard. The National Guard is here to protect property, protect life, protect our officers, and protect civilians. You've seen the video. This city's burning. It's out of control because of the weak leadership of the Democrats here in the state and frankly, in the United States Congress. So I salute President Trump for sending the National Guard to protect life and property. And the travel ban is exactly what should be doing. And the countries that are being targeted on this do not do proper vetting before the issue visas come to this country. This is about protecting America, right? We spent 40 years, got over 2 million known gotaways. How many of them came from a terrorist a country that sponsors terrorism? We don't know. President Trump.
Hold on. Okay. Ain't nobody from the Caribbean. All right. All right, gone.
We're taking every step possible to protect this nation from a terrorist attack and from other criminal activity that crosses our border and comes into the visa program. So this is simply making these countries step up and doing the right thing. When you send someone, give someone a visa and they enter the United States, we want proper vetting done before they come here. That's what this is about.
Tom, I got only a few seconds.
He basically said, we're going to hold them MFers accountable, child. Shout out to him again. Tell me the black guy's name again, child. I forget. He is heated, child.
Because look, I got to get your reaction to Kilmar Obrego Garcia. They wanted him back. They got him back, but he's been indicted on 2 counts. 1 count of conspiracy of unlawful transport of illegal alien for financial gain, maximum imprisonment, 10 years.
Kilmar Obrego Garcia.
You got count 2, unlawful transportation of an illegal alien for financial gain. How serious are these charges, real quick?
Look serious to me.
They're real serious. We're going to bring back, we're going to criminally prosecute, we're going to put him in prison. And when he gets done with his prison sentence, he's going to be deported right back to his homeland.
Tom Homan, thank you so much.
Definitely.
I'm Steve Ducey. I'm Brian Kill.
Steve Ducey. Shout out to Tom. He ain't playing no games. He ain't playing no games with these ninjas. But he's racist now. But when he was working didn't he work for Obama? I know he worked for Obama. He probably worked for Clinton too. He wasn't racist then, but now that he works for Trump, he's racist. Anyway, let me go over here to where's she at, child? Here we go. CNN. She being interviewed by CNN. Nothing was happening here. Nothing was happening here. LA mayor blames immigration raid for violence. Of course they do. Is this a surprise? Child, wait a damn minute. Send the Marines to Michonne's house. I hear she got illegals cutting her grass. Send them. Child, make sure they look good. Send them on over here, child. Man in uniform. Woo, Lord, help your people. Come on, Carrie.
Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass. Hi, Mayor.
About that
Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi.
Hi. So
Thank
what
you for
are
having
you
me
and
on.
your police force? I know how busy you are preparing for the hours ahead. What are you expecting on that front?
Well, I just have to say that if you dial back time and go to Friday, if immigration raids had not happened here, we would not have the disorder that went on last night.
Did we not know that immigration raids was going to come? Did they not know that the man said in his whole presidential run that he was going to get rid of illegals? Did she not know that Tom was coming to California? So we really going to try. Child, if I know damn well they were supposed to know. What the hell is going on around here? I can't. RBM, appreciate you. Cars plus fire equals we shall overcome. We overcoming, huh? This is not black people's problems. That's the other thing that's going on. I might have to save that to another day. This is not black people's problems.
Will tell you that it is peaceful now, but we do not know where and when the next raids will be. That is the concern.
Are they supposed to know? Somebody tell me. Are they supposed to know in advance so they could go and warn them?
Because people in the city
allegedly
have a rapid response network. If they see ICE, they go out and they protest. And so it's just a recipe for pandemonium that is completely unnecessary. Nothing was happening here. Los Angeles was peaceful before Friday. When we find out.
Anybody in LA and California, was Los Angeles peaceful as of Friday, Bueller? Anybody know if it was peaceful on Friday, Bueller?
Out when and where the other raids are going to happen, that will determine how the police respond.
Mayor Bassett's Wolf Blitzer here in the Situation Room as well. The state of California, as you well know, is expected to file a formal lawsuit over President Trump's deployment of the National Guard, perhaps as early as today. Your own police chief says the level of violence he's seeing in Los Angeles is, quote, disgusting. So why not welcome more boots on the ground?
You want your boots on the ground. Look at all this fire. Wow. Look at that car. Is that an oppressor car? Ooh, Lord. Yeah, everything is everything, child.
How the police respond.
Mayor Bassett's Wolf Blitzer here in the Situation Room as well.
Car.
The state of California, as you well know, is expected to file a formal lawsuit over President Trump's deployment of the National Guard, perhaps as early as today. Your own police chief says the level of violence he's seeing in Los Angeles is, quote, disgusting. So why not welcome more boots on the ground?
Well, no, I think the issue here is state power and state sovereignty. And so we do not believe, and what the governor is doing is separate from what's happening in the city. But what was the reason that the president had to take the power from the governor?
Oh, no. What did that sign do to... Peaceful.
And federalize the National Guard. The night before this action was taken, there was a protest that got a little unruly late at night.
Oh, it was a protest that just got a little unruly. Yeah, it was just a little unruly. Now, y'all been saying that everything was peaceful. Now it was a little unruly. Carrie, come on now, cha.
It was 100 people. 27 people were arrested. There wasn't a reason for this. That is the concern. And if there was, the way it happens traditionally is that requests are made on the local level of the governor to send National Guard troops. No request came.
Now, wait a damn minute. What are y'all doing in the middle of the road? That is a major highway. I see at least 3 lanes. You look like 3 lanes each side. What y'all doing in the middle of that road? You know damn well you ain't supposed to be there, child. Look at all these people up top. Oh, look, it says Alameda Street, so it must be Alameda County, allegedly, child. I don't know. Y'all just out here causing chaos for chaos' sake, child. Look at all these people just in the middle. What if I was trying to get to work? How many people was late to work that day? How many people got fired because they didn't do nothing about it because it was just peaceful? You don't know. All right, Carrie. Child, you sounding crazy. You telling on yourself.
From the city of Los Angeles. What has happened now is an entirely different situation.
You know, and speaking of now, there are also, about 500 active duty U.S. Marines over at Camp Pendleton, not too far away, awaiting possible orders to mobilize. Governor Newsom has said that, let me just point out, Mayor, Governor Newsom has said that President Trump is, quote, putting fuel on the fire. And you've called the deployment of National Guard troops to your city a chaotic escalation. Why is this an escalation?
Well, again, it's an escalation that didn't have to happen. Why were there raids? You know, we had been told that he was going to go after violent criminals. It wasn't a drug den. It was a Home Depot. It was places where people are.
Oh, so criminals can't go to Home Depot? So the people that are here illegally, they can't go to Home Depot? Is that what we're saying?
Are working. So what was the point of doing this? And then knowing that in a city like Los Angeles, and we had talked about this for a long time, that has a very sophisticated long-term immigrant rights organizations and institutions, that if these random raids were going to happen, then there was going to be the danger of a backlash. And you add on to that the National Guard, and it felt like fuel for a fire that was unnecessary.
Given the point where it has escalated to, do you think the National Guard is needed now?
No, I don't think the National Guard is needed now.
Leave. They need to leave. Things
in LA are calm. I will tell you that I'm saddened by the extent of the vandalism in the form of graffiti all through the downtown area. But it is important for people to know that even in downtown, this is isolated to a few streets. This is not citywide civil.
Oh, there's just graffiti on a few streets, y'all. You don't know. It's all good. It's all good. Kofa said he's talking about Good Mamas tomorrow. Okay. I saw the thing and I got a notify on. I probably can't see it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be going to dinner, but it's team replay. Make sure we go and hang out with Kofa tomorrow live when he talks about some good mamas. All right, and support Kofa over there. Somebody dropped the channel for me. I appreciate you.
Unrest taking place in Los Angeles. A few streets downtown. It looks horrible. People committed crimes. It is absolutely unacceptable. And those people that set cars on fire or did other forms of vandalism will be sought to be arrested and prosecuted. This is not the way to promote a cause like immigrant rights.
All right.
Well, 1 second they ain't doing nothing wrong, and then the next second she's sitting up here saying this is not how you're supposed to do it. Carrie, make up your mind now. We see you and hear you. Child.
I want to play some sound from Police Chief Jim McDonnell. Let's listen.
This violence that I've seen is disgusting. It's escalated now since the beginning of this incident. What we saw the first night was bad. What we've seen subsequent to that is getting increasingly worse and more violent. Tonight we had individuals out there shooting commercial-grade fireworks at our officers. That can kill you. And we have adapted our tactics to be able to have a chance to be able to take these people into custody and to be able to hold them accountable. We are overwhelmed as far as the number of people out there engaged in this type of activity.
So,
how come they don't ever think about that? Like at first admit, like she said, it was 100 people. Let's say it was 100 people. But when they watching you, you're on TV, you're not getting in trouble. No one's coming down there. No one's doing anything. Then people copycat and then they want to come and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then somebody does something dumb. They don't get in trouble. And the next person does something more dumb than the last person. And this is how this shit gets out of control. Isn't this just common fucking sense? This who y'all got running your cities? Dummies. They stupid with a capital ST. Appreciate you, TQS. He says she is the last person to be talking about fuel to the fire. This biatch can't even manage water for fires. I knew that's what you was talking about. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Child, she is.
You had officers injured. We also heard Police Chief McDonald talk about officers being targeted with Molotov cocktails, fireworks, rocks, other projectiles. He has also said that, he's overwhelmed by the number of protesters. What are you doing as mayor to make sure your police force has what it needs right now?
Well, first of all, I'm completely in sync with the police chief. And let me just add that some people might think because they don't get arrested right on the spot that they've gotten away with something. And the message that I would send is that there's tons of videotape, and people who didn't get arrested today for committing violent acts don't plan on the
child, like she know who these people are.
Fact that you get off, because you can be arrested in the next few days and next few weeks. So it is completely unacceptable. And those people that commit crimes will be arrested and prosecuted. I am completely in alignment with that. I know that when help is needed, that the police chief will call on that help, mutual aid from other cities or from the sheriff's department when that is needed. But I hope that it is not needed anymore. The rage should stop, especially on people's workplaces. The impact that can have on our local economy. We are a city of immigrants. And I worry about the people who were detained on Friday, whose families still have not been able to reach out to them. The lawyers have not been able to go in and deal with their clients. This is unprecedented. This has not happened before. And so, again, you want to talk about chaos? Well, this is what contributes to chaos. Policies
certainly
like that.
there are due process concerns, certainly, but back.
All right, I'm tired of listening to her. Let me go over here to which one is this? MSNBC, 3 hours ago. Downtown LA declared unlawful assembly area. Los Angeles Police Department, y'all.
Joining me now, NBC's Jay Gray in Los Angeles, the host of the Bulwark podcast, former communications director for Jeb Bush's 2016 presidential campaign, and MSNBC political analyst, that's Tim Miller, and Donnell Harvin, the former chief of Homeland Security and Intelligence for Washington, D.C. Jay, we're going to start with you. Downtown LA has been declared an unlawful assembly area by the LAPD. So what's it like on the ground there right now?
Well, Ali, uneasy tension, as you might imagine, a knowing concern after what's been a weekend of violence on the streets here. As you can see, sections of Los Angeles are locked down, especially near the federal complex here. And many of the streets littered with burned out cars, as well as debris, broken glass from that violence over the last several days here. Protesters clashing with both police and National Guard troops that have been deployed by President Trump. Look, the clashes between law enforcement and thousands of protesters has really been centered on a demand for the end of these sweeping immigration roundups, if you will. We know at this point that dozens have been arrested in all of this. We expect today to hear from some of the family members of those who are being detained at this point. The Department of Homeland Security in a press release is now saying that agents are arresting, and these are their words, the worst of the worst here. And I'm quoting again when they say that Governor Newsom, as well as Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, quote, care more about murderers and sex offenders than they do about protecting their own citizens. We also know that 500 Marines at Camp Pendleton in San Diego are ready to be deployed. Not active at this point, but the White House says they will call on them if necessary. There seems to be no back down here on the streets, as well as politically, between the governor of this state and the White House. Ali?
Jay Gray on the ground for us in LA. Thank you. And Tim.
Nobody's backing down. Chris said 46 million blacks and 76 million Latinos plus 15 million let in illegally. You blacks always voting for your own doom with open borders. Anyway.
Of course, a long history between Newsom and the governor in California. The president posting 5 times on social media overnight about the LA protests, including saying this, looking really bad in LA, bring in the troops. Governor Newsom says, of course, Trump is escalating the situation. But does Trump benefit from doing just that, this situation potentially becoming more inflamed?
I think he thinks he benefits for sure. There was a Wall Street Journal editorial this morning saying essentially that, what you expect beside protests if you're going to send in people, to shake down Home Depot clerks and dishwashers at restaurants. Like eventually people are going to get upset about that and push back, and they're going to be protests that could get out of control. And I think that
Child, what did the trash do?
Was a correct insight from the Journal, but I think they missed the notion that that's what the administration wants, I think, is for things to get out of control. They see it as a political benefit. Trump wanted, going back to his first term, to be able to be more aggressive about calling in the National Guard and calling in military to do domestic crackdowns on protesters. At that time, there were more people in the White House that were pushing back on him than there are now. And so I do think it's that situation. And I think you see this tension in the statement that was just read from the White House, about how they are trying to frame this as, we're going after the worst of the worst. We are going after murderers and sex offenders, and Gavin Newsom wants to defend them. When in reality, what they're doing is going after immigrants and then using it as a pretense to go after the protesters.
Yeah, and you talk a little bit about the genesis there of people seeing ICE raids being done at other places in their community, and those communities starting to protest because of that. Donnell, how significant of a step is it, though, for Trump to call the National Guard, not just without, but against Governor Newsom's request?
Well, last time we've seen this is during the civil rights era. I wasn't alive. It was in the 60s. We have a system of federalism. We have a system where the National Guard can be deployed under Title 32, under the auspices of the governor, or under Title 10 under the auspices of the president. In my career, I've never seen this before, but I think we need to take a step back. These National Guard troops, these 2,000 National Guard troops, were not needed. I was on the phone with officials from Los Angeles yesterday, and they weren't needed. Los Angeles has a robust mutual aid agreement with local jurisdictions and other states. The state of California alone has 80,000 law enforcement, and so this was not needed from a tactical, strategic standpoint, and it speaks to politics.
It speaks to politics. And Tim, you also tugged on this.
Oh Lord, these people getting on my nerves. This is still all Donald Trump's fault. That's all I'm hearing right now. Shashara said, now I don't want to hear you give New Jersey ish again because we're too busy working 3 jobs over here to be doing all that. I'm definitely gonna give y'all a hard time. Don't even, just wait for it. Just wait for it. That's never gonna change. So they definitely are. I don't think I saw that. Hold on. Oh, that's this one.
More than 700 U.S. Marines. More than 700 U.S. Marines have been mobilized to respond to protests in Los Angeles, some of which turned violent over the weekend. One county official called last night, quote, probably one of the most volatile nights in the city's recent history. Police declared all of downtown Los Angeles, an area of about 5 square miles, an unlawful assembly area after a third night of protests turned violent. The Los Angeles police chief late last night saying, quote, this violence that I've seen is disgusting, unquote. Some of the protesters, or more accurately, rioters, shot commercial-grade fireworks at law enforcement officers. Others set self-driving cars on fire. CNN witnessed police using flashbangs and tear gas to disperse crowds. Police arrested 27 people just yesterday alone. All of this started on Friday. That's when Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, conducted workplace raids in LA. The Department of Homeland Security said operations in LA last week resulted in...
Shouldn't Home Depot get in trouble for hiring illegal people as well? Oh, that might be the law in California, though, I guess.
In the arrest of 118 undocumented immigrants, including 5 gang members and others with prior criminal histories of drug trafficking, assault, cruelty to children, domestic violence, robbery, and alien smuggling. The roots of this aggressive ICE activity last week may have been seen last month when top Trump aide Stephen Miller, sources tell CNN, demanded that immigration agents ramp up deportation efforts and seek to arrest 3,000 undocumented immigrants a day. 3,000, that's triple the number of daily arrests from the early days of Trump's term. In response to the ICE action in LA on Friday, some protesters began gathering outside the Metropolitan Detention Center. But as day turned to night, things got out of hand, not only downtown, but about 10 miles east in Paramount, California. Now, law enforcement says that protesters moved in on them and officers used flashbangs to disperse the crowd. The FBI's Los Angeles field office announced a $50,000 reward for information.
Don't California already got bad air? Now you got all this smoke in there and all this fire and who knows what else from all this bullshit. Child, you can't make it up. I will, Danette. Thank you for letting me know. Appreciate you, boo. Shout out to Wayne Lundy again. Thank you, honey. He said, I just got off the phone with my homie, Tom Homan. He said he's going to slide past and pick me up before we go arrest Gruesome. Then those little egos. I'm going to get a silver star for this. You deserve it. You deserve it. Shout out to you, boo. I appreciate you.
On a man that the LAPD says assaulted an officer and damaged property. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass said ICE gave city officials no warnings of these raids, which made it difficult, if not impossible, to plan for quelling any spontaneous protests. Then on Saturday, President Trump took the rare major step of deploying the California National Guard despite the objections of the Democratic governor of California, Gavin Newsom. This was the first time a president called in the National Guard without a state's request or consent since Lyndon Johnson did it in 1965. President Trump yesterday told reporters that any violence against any law enforcement officers is unacceptable.
I have a little statement. They say, they spit, we hit. And I told them, nobody's going to spit on our police officers. Nobody's going to spit on our military, which they do as a common thing.
Trump offended there by the notion of spitting on police officers or military while protesting immigration enforcement. He says that's not okay. We would be remiss if we did not point out that it was just 4 months ago that the very same president pardoned a different group for beating police officers while storming the U.S. Capitol to object to the 2020 election results.
Lest we not forget about Joe Biden, since you want to just go back into time like that. Like, why did he need to say that? Like, that means it's okay for someone to spit on someone. Child, don't do it. Don't. That's one of the worst things is to spit. That's one of the worst things.
You will never hear Trump or top deputy Stephen Miller call that attack on January 6, 2021 an insurrection. But Stephen Miller did use that term to describe the protests in Los Angeles, calling it, quote, an insurrection against the laws and sovereignty of the United States. There are quite a few, shall we call them, evolving positions taken by Democrats and Republicans since a year ago, when some Democrats were urging President Biden to federalize the National Guard in Texas to stop that state's Republican governor's anti-immigration, illegal immigration efforts. And the woman who is now our Homeland Security Secretary, then South Dakota Governor Kristi Rome, took to MAGA media and to Twitter to say, quote, if Joe Biden federalizes the National Guard, that would direct attack on states' rights, unquote. But be that as it may, we are where we are here, and Republicans would argue that Democrats have played a role in all of this by not enforcing immigration law.
I would argue that Democrats are punk-ass bitches that don't do shit because they worried about what people are going to think. That's what I think. But that's just how I always felt. You're too worried about what everybody else is going to think, and you be allegedly trying to look like you're playing fair, and we know that you're not. Then you get taken advantage of, fall on your face like Charlie Brown every single daggone time, and the Republicans will do whatever the hell they want to do. That's just how I look at it.
For decades, setting the stage for President Trump to begin this aggressive pattern of deportations, which he ran and won on. A new CBS News poll taken before the ICE action in Los Angeles finds that 55% of the Americans polled approve of the goals of Trump's deportation program, but 56% are not sold on the approach he is using to carry it out. CNN's Kyung La is on the ground in Los Angeles for us now with all the latest on how Governor Newsom today is firing back against Trump's actions.
They come for one.
Calm following chaos in downtown Los Angeles. A peaceful protest not far from LA City Hall. And a strong police presence near the federal building. All of downtown has been declared an unlawful assembly area after hundreds of protesters took to the streets in this part of the city, clashing with local law enforcement and the National Guard. The protests sparked by local immigration raids like this one unfolding across Los Angeles.
That's look.
Witnesses too afraid to speak on camera watched and filmed as Immigration and Customs Enforcement arrested street vendors at gunpoint. Outside the LA Coliseum, the site of the Olympic Games that will be held here, some protesters violently pushing back against these raids on Sunday, burning cars, defacing buildings. National Guard troops fired back, blasting tear gas and pepper spray. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass blaming the unrest squarely on the Trump administration.
If immigration raids had not happened here, we would not have the disorder that went on last night.
And saying the unrest escalated after hundreds of California National Guard troops arrived on scene Sunday, deployed by President Donald Trump, overriding city and state leaders. California Governor Gavin Newsom saying in a post, the president flamed the fires and illegally acted to federalize the National Guard. California's Attorney General added the state plans to file suit over the order to send in the troops.
They did so without authorization from Governor Newsom and against the wishes of local law enforcement who were on the ground.
It felt like fuel for a fire that was unnecessary. It was 100 people. 27 people were arrested. There wasn't a reason for this. That is the concern.
Trump posting that he made a great decision sending in the Guard, saying otherwise Los Angeles would be completely obliterated.
The people that are causing the problem are professional agitators, they're insurrectionists.
And what you're looking at live.
Sorry, it is funny to hear him say that word after everything that they did, but, you know, I digress. The audacity, though.
Is this crowd. This is a new protest that has sprung up in just the last hour or so.
Oh,
and it is
no.
on the move in Los Angeles. We are in downtown Los Angeles. We're walking with this crowd. And something that I want to point out, Jake, is that this is a very different crowd than the one you just saw in my story. The group that you saw in my story was a union-led protest, a mix of people who are familiar faces in Los Angeles, union leaders, older people, families. This group that's on the walk, definitely not that. So the question will be is what is law enforcement going to do now as this group is starting to walk and move through Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles, with a goal that I can't quite ascertain from the walk that we're looking at. But it's a sizable crowd, as you can see.
All right, Kyung La.
It's only 100 people. Don't worry about it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Kyung La on the streets of Los Angeles with us now, Democratic Congresswoman Annette Bergen of California. Her district, in her congressional district, includes a community of Paramount, which is just south of Los Angeles. Some protests flared up in Paramount this weekend. Congresswoman, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. So yesterday you spoke with CNN's Dana Bash on State of the Union. You acknowledged that not all the demonstrators have been peaceful. And you said, quote, those are not the people that are coming out to protest immigration. So who do you think the people who are not peaceful are? Are they outside agitators, as President Trump says?
They definitely could be. We've certainly heard some could be anarchists.
Did you hear? They definitely could be. So you don't know. You don't know.
People who are looking for trouble. People are just, you know, in the evenings looking for some trouble to make. So I don't think those are the people that are out to protest the mass deportations. And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing people angry that you're having mass deportations happening in Los Angeles after months of seeing this administration send ICE agents to hospitals to wait for women to have labor, sitting there in the labor department to separate their kid and try to deport the mother, to schools to take kids. And of course, now just rounding up people. There is no targeted enforcement. We know they're going to like Home Depot lots to look for people who are looking for jobs. They're not criminals. And that is the outrage that you're seeing. And I think that if ICE left, I think if the National Guard left, you would see this all die down. There is a way to do immigration enforcement. It's been done before.
Oh, all they got to do is take the National Guard out and everything will be all fine and hunky-dory. No shade, no racist shade there.
This is just the president's way to escalate things, to cause tension, and I think really to distract what's happening in Washington on all the failures, whether it's the economy tanking, whether prices going up, whether the millions he's going to take away from healthcare. This is the master in a show, and this is what he wanted.
I want to get to that in a second, but just in point of fact, you said they're not criminals. If somebody from the Trump administration were here, they'd say they may not be violent criminals, but if they're in this country illegally, they're criminals. You say that deportations can be done.
Is that not true, Bueller?
Immigration enforcement can be done peacefully. What's the way to do it peacefully if not raiding places where undocumented folks are? I mean, the position of the Trump administration would be, if you're not in this country legally, you shouldn't be in this country. I mean, that's what they would argue.
It's so, and this is a misconception that if you're in this country legally, that you're a criminal, because it's a civil matter. It's not a criminal matter, but there's a way to go after people. We've been doing this forever, and that is they know where the serious criminal offenders are, and they send folks out to get them. They don't just go massively round up people.
Oh, shit. My bad. I thought this thing was longer than that. All right. Well, that's that. A bunch of bullshit. The bottom line is everything is Donald Trump's fault, regardless. All right. So Gavin trying to posture. Tom ain't scared. Trump said what he said. Now you got the damn Marines in there. And now they started up again as a 2, which is 5 our time. So now it's 7. So they're probably still out there. But you know, when the lights go down, meaning when it gets dark, stuff gets worse. So maybe it'll be something else tomorrow. But that's all I got for y'all with that today. Anyway, not you blaming me for the opening of the border for the Cam sister. I don't even know what that woman is because she ain't black. Shout out to the blacks. She ain't black. I don't care what the 92% said. They can go on some daggone where, child. I don't give one damn. Anyway, moving on to some foolishness because I'm done with this, child. Where are we going? Let's talk about this mess here with this Simone Biles and child Riley Gaines. Child, what the hell? They arguing for. Heating up. Gaines fires back at Biles amid public spat. This is on Fox. So allegedly, Simone must want trans in sports or something. And this Riley Gaines person don't. Now, what she do, I have no idea. Meaning Riley Gaines, but let's see what they said here, child.
7-time Olympic medalist Simone Biles stepping into the trans sports debate, sparring with Riley Gaines, calling her truly sick over her comments on girls' sports. What's this all about? Well, Griff Jenkins live in Washington with details. Hi, Griff.
Hey, good morning, Dana. It seems we have an Olympic-sized catfight on our hands over the transgender athlete debate. Now, look, this all began when Biles slammed Gaines on X after Gaines criticized a Minnesota high school league for celebrating a state title won by a women's softball team with a biological male pitcher. Biles wrote this: "You're truly sick."
Wait, what? Wait.
Good morning, Dana. It seems we have an Olympic-sized catfight on our hands over the transgender athlete debate. Now, look, this all began when Biles slammed Gaines on X after Gaines criticized a Minnesota high school league for celebrating a state title won by a women's softball team with a biological male pitcher. Biles wrote this.
I thought Donald Trump took care of this shit. What the hell? Oh my God. So the pitcher, I think they said it was the pitcher. The pitcher who probably got the most power in a damn softball game is the pitcher and is a trans in high school, and that's all acceptable and okay. Lord help your people. That's all I got.
Take me to the king.
Truth is, I'm tired.
Truth is,
And so, Simone, now you want to come up here talking about, oh, it's okay. You don't know. That's what we saying, girl. Because, I mean, no shade. Let's be honest. Anybody that listened to Jason Black last weekend, or this past weekend, I think, where he was talking about Halle Berry and Haley Bailey, the HBs, and was saying that you need to, a woman with some crazy eyes, you need to stay away from them. And he said, because remember I always say Halle Bailey eyes look like that thing from whatever that show is, that movie is. He said the same thing about about Simone Biles. I was like, oh my gosh, she do got some weird looking eyes. Then she got the body that she got, right? So you think that if there was a man that was competing against her, that he wouldn't win and she might not be the gold medalist that she is? Why is it that we can't have this separated? What? This is so stupid. I can't. Oh my God.
League for celebrating a state title won by a women's softball team with a biological male pitcher. Biles wrote this: "You're truly sick. All of this campaigning because you lost a race, straight up sore loser. You should be uplifting the trans community." She even called Gaines a bully, but Gaines.
Oh no. Do you think that Simone Biles is in the 92%, Bueller? Do you think that Simone Biles is in the 92%? Why are you doing this, girl? You're truly sick because she doesn't want men's and women's sports. Well, I guess I'm sick too, because that sounds crazy. If I want to see men, trust me, I'll go find them. If I want to see you biatches, then I'll go find you. Child, y'all can't even get along in relationships. So you think that y'all gonna get along with regard to sports and shit? All this campaigning because you lost a race. Was she racing? I thought she was a softball player. Straight up sore loser. You should be uplifting the trans. Why? Why should she be uplifting the trans? And just because she don't want men and women in the same sport don't mean that she don't uplift trans or care about trans people. I don't, because I don't care about nobody. Let me just toss that out there, because I'm racist. But why does she have to care about them? It's her sport. What softball? But she should just be okay with it. Easy to say when no trans are in your sport, Simone. Lord. Child, take me back to the 80s and 90s. I can't take these dummies. How old is this girl? Is this Generation Z again, child? I can't take it.
Gaines fired back by resurfacing an old 2017 Biles tweet in which the Olympian was reacting to the World Artistic Gymnastics Championship, saying, "Good thing guys don't compete against girls, or he'd take all of the gold medals."
I guess she forgot that they'll find some old tweets on your ass in a heartbeat, right? Oh, is this what you said, Simi? Is this what you said, Simi? So in other words, what they're saying is they know that really men and women are different and that men are stronger than women. But child, as long as they went out there when you was flipping through the damn air and you got all your gold medals, but what's her name can't say anything, right?
Medals. In another exchange, Biles even compared Gaines to a man as the swimmer blasted the gymnast, saying she might otherwise have never taken the podium. Watch.
If Simone's inclusive dream came true, she would have 0 Olympic medals and no one would even know who she is.
Right.
Meanwhile, Dana, the White House is warning Minnesota over the controversial women's softball title, saying in a statement, President Trump is protecting women in sports and restoring common sense. Those who choose to violate federal law will be held accountable. Finally, worth noting.
Oh, so it is true. I was going to say, I thought Trump handled all this. Well, why was the person allowed to play then? Why was the person allowed to play? I'm so confused. Child, what be going on?
0 Olympic medals and no one would even know who she is.
Meanwhile, Dana, the White House is warning Minnesota over the controversial women's softball title, saying in a statement, President Trump is protecting women in sports and restoring common sense. Those who choose to violate federal law will be held accountable. Finally, worth noting.
Child, he did know. He said, look, Trump is in everything, clearly. He said, y'all better get your shit together. Get your shit. Get your shit. Get your shit. Child, if you know, you know. Get it together. Restoring common sense. I know no one wants to hear that. I know no one wants to hear that. Restoring common sense, because common sense has left the building. For real, for real. We're just gonna act like like it's a problem for Simone with what this girl was going through in softball, with a whole ass male pitcher. Let's be honest, a whole ass male pitcher. You know how fast that ball must have came? Wow.
The transgender Minnesota pitcher pitched 5 consecutive games with shutouts in 4 out of 5, including the championship, which amounts, Dana, to 21 consecutive innings without allowing a single run.
Thank you.
All right, Griff, thank you.
Yeah, well, if she goes and plays baseball, if the ABCD goes and plays baseball, I'm sure they'll have a good old time. Let's see how good it does there.
Let's bring on the host of Outkick's Don't At Me with Dan Dakich. Dan, good morning to you. Nancy Mace kind of got on this thing here with Simone Biles going after Riley Gaines. She says, honey, if biological men competed in women's gymnastics, odds are no one would know your name.
Oh, shout out to Cheers. Where everybody know your name, child. No one would know your name, child. Oh yeah, she's just gonna forget about that part. Shout out to Nance.
And
child, you know, and Nancy was not happy with the rep from Delaware, child. That's the trans as well. Remember, she was trying to make it she made an issue about the bathroom. She don't want to go in there and see that person in the bathroom with her. I don't even know if they ever resolved that. All they had to do was just get a third damn bathroom, which is ridiculous to say.
Then the USA columnist Nancy Armour took the sides of Biles. Simone Biles shows her greatness again in standing up for the transgender community.
Well, we knew somebody would like it, but that's not a surprise there. But when it comes to people supporting her, who's going to support her after this? I'm not saying that people won't, but I don't think this is a good look for her. But maybe she's like, child, I got my medals, I got my man, I don't give a damn. Could be that.
What's fair here when you've got a transgender male playing on a woman's team and leads them to a state championship?
Well, what's fair is, and I've said this forever, this is simple. There's no bylaw that says every transgender person has to compete against women. There's no bylaw for this. There's no rule. There's no amendment. Very simple. If you are transitioning men to women, go play with the men. If you're transitioning woman to man, go play with the men. Everybody plays against the women, and that just simply isn't fair. Nancy Armour couldn't have been dumber. She said there is no biology that suggests men are, in fact, bigger, stronger than women. Well, of course there is. Even Serena Williams, the greatest tennis player of all time, played the 350th ranked male and got whooped. I mean, whooped. The Simone Biles thing is ridiculous. Look, you could...
No, we're all equal. Men and women are all equal with regard to anything and everything all the damn time. Well, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do everything better than you. That's what women around here singing. And they're the ones that get in the short end of the stick and still out here protesting, I guess, just like them dummies in California. Everybody is fucking crazy, child. That's why I stay in the house.
Perspective, Simone Biles had a difference of opinion in this issue. 90% of America believes that men shouldn't participate against women. It's amazing to me we're even having this conversation.
Exactly.
But to come out and just talk about being sick, a sore loser, that shows your ignorance. And Simone Biles truly showed her stupidity in this.
What? I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I mean,
all righty, that was quick, huh? Oh shit! Hold on. Shit. What's her name? All right, y'all. So this is their Twitter. Can you see it? Yeah. Riley, can you see it? Hold on. Let me make it bigger. All right. So Simone Biles when she had to endure a predatory man versus Simone Biles when other girls have to endure predatory men. Oh no, don't call them predatory though, girl. Just because they playing on the team don't make them predatory. Come on now. Where's the volume on this?
I am also a survivor of sexual abuse, and I believe without a doubt that the circumstances that led to my abuse and allowed it to continue are directly the result of the fact that the organizations created by Congress to oversee and protect me as an athlete, USA Gymnastics and the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee failed to do their jobs. I don't want another young gymnast, Olympic athlete, or any individual to experience the horror that I and hundreds of others have endured before, during, and continuing to this day in the wake of the Larry Nassar abuse. To be clear,
Take your time.
Take your time, child.
To be clear, I blame Larry Nassar, and I also blame an entire system that enabled and perpetrated his abuse. I am.
Oops. Oh, this is the whole tweet. Riley Gaines, you're truly sick. All this campaigning because you lost a race. Straight up sore loser. You should be uplifting the trans community and perhaps finding a way to make sports inclusive or creating a new avenue where trans feel safe in sports. Ain't my job. Ain't her job either. Maybe a transgender category in all sports, but instead you bully them. How is she bullying the trans? Did she bully and I missed it? One thing for sure is no one in sports is safe with you around. Is it that serious, y'all? What the fuck? To make my position on both topics, this is Riley talking very clear. I hope Larry Nassar spends the rest of his life rotting away and miserable in prison. Gymnasts were failed by a system that protected an abusive man at the expense of the girl's safety. Men don't belong in women's sports. Female athletes continue to be failed by a system that protects abusive men at the expense of the girl's safety. Child, this is too much. Everybody is just a wildin'. Simone Biles made her name in women's gymnastics a sex-protected category. Now she's attacking Riley Gaines for defending the exact same principle in softball. If biological men had been allowed in your sport, you'd be an anonymous footnote. Lord.
Score run. Now let's go. What is Simone Biles doing? All right,
Sure.
so let's get this straight. A high school softball team with a transgender pitcher wins the state championship. Here's an image of that. This is in Minnesota. So these are the type of things that Tim Walz in Minnesota support. So then.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. Tim Tom, y'all. This where Tim Tom is, then that explains everything. What you think he gonna do? What you think Tim Tom gonna do? You know he's supporting it all. Wow. Come on, man.
Riley Gaines makes a post. Also, before I get into this, I also find it interesting that the other team in the championship didn't even score a run. Now let's go to Riley's post. Riley said, comments off, LOL. To be expected when your star player is a boy. Then under that, she says, girls sports in 2025, a 6-0 shutout by a dude named Marissa, ranked 100% by Minnesota Democrats.
Of course.
So then Simone Biles comes out of nowhere, like nowhere, and says this. At Riley Gaines, you're truly sick. All of this campaigning because you lost the race. Straight up sore loser. You should be uplifting the trans community and perhaps finding a way to make sports inclusive or creating a new avenue where trans feel safe in sports, maybe a transgender category in all sports. But instead, you bully them. One thing's for sure is no one in sports is safe with you around. Then after that, Simone Biles went on to say, bully someone your own size, which would ironically be a male. Which was a
Is that body shaming though? Is that body shaming, ma'am? With the body that, I mean, listen, she in better shape than me. Let's not get it twisted. But let's not act like that body shape don't look a little weird at the end of the daggone day. Don't make me dislike you now, Simone. Come on now, this is crazy.
Massive swing and a miss for a multitude of reasons. One, Riley Gaines is like 5'5", probably 130 to 140. Not really a man size. Second off, it completely and ignorantly ignores the physiological differences between men and women. There are differences. There is a reason why we have men's sports and women's sports. Even in gymnastics, if you had men and women do all the same events and compete against each other, men would overwhelmingly win. And if she was made to compete against men in that
Sorry, that might be sexist. Men don't win everything. Even if they compete against women, they just might lose to some women. Come on now.
way, she would not have all these gold medals. It's just the reality. It's kind of wild because her entire reputation is built off of the fact that our country has protected women by keeping men out of women's sports. If women didn't have that protection, we wouldn't know who Simone Biles is. We wouldn't have Olympic champion in her bio. She quite literally has been benefiting from the system that's allowed her to have this level of success, while then simultaneously attacking the people who want to keep that system in place that has protected women and what has allowed women to have success in sports.
Oh my God. That sounded like a tongue twister. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sick of everybody. I am sick of everyone. Who is this white woman? White lady, what you got?
I'm not sure why she doesn't tweet much.
Oh yeah, I don't want to hear you. You stated this one, SB, you really should have. I don't know who is putting you up to taking the 20% side of this issue, but they're making you look like a buffoon to 80% of America, including the young girls who may have once looked up to you. Too bad you feel this way. She can feel whatever way that she wants. I don't care about that, but she ain't got to come out here acting like somebody owes anyone anything around here, because we don't. The only bully I see is you, Simone Biles. You should hang your head in complete and absolute shame for this disgusting attack against Riley Gaines' biological woman. Shame. Oh, I wonder if that's where whatchamacallit got this from. Shame. New rule: if you don't have 11 or more Olympic medals, you need to leave Simone Biles alone. Looking at you, Riley Gaines. Bully someone your own size, which would ironically be a male. Oh, that's what Simone said. Child, I can't do it. Everybody gets on my nerves. Ooh, Lord. Everybody get on my nerves. Simone Biles once took part in a body positivity campaign where she spoke positively about her muscles in an effort to inspire young girls to love their bodies. Yesterday, she said Riley Gaines looked like a man because Gaines opposes boys and girls sports. What happened to this Simone Biles? Yeah, them eyes is wide apart. I ain't listening to this. I don't care. Anyway. All right, y'all. That's that. Y'all were sending it to me. That's all I got on that. Let's go over to the shit that I do know. All right, and then I'm done. So we shit, it's 2 hours already. Lord help your people. Where does the time go? My God. All right, shout out to Young, Black, and Wealthy. So this girl's going to talk about teaching independence, but on government assistance, one of my favorite subjects.
One thing that we need to stop doing in the Black community. So I noticed that they taking away Section 8 and they trying to take away food stamps and they trying to take a lot of government programs. And a lot of women feeling some type of way. And it's like, now y'all gonna see how hard it is to really make it out here with nobody. A lot of y'all be teaching your kids, oh, you get it out the mud. Oh, you don't need nobody. Oh, you don't need no man. Oh, you don't need no help. But a lot of y'all always had help from the government. And I don't really think it's right how y'all be having these kids and living off the government for years. And then y'all want to kick y'all kids out at 18 and tell them to find a way when you ain't never found a way. Like, y'all gonna really see with these programs being taken away, like how hard it is. Like, now you see what really be going on. Like, this stuff is crazy. Like, these chicks be living off of government assistance, trying to teach their kids that you don't need nobody, you don't need no man, you don't need no help, but they got all the help in the world. Like, this sound crazy. Like, we really about to see how this blow out. Like, this is crazy. Okay.
That means, gentlemen, it's your turn. They're going to be coming to looking for y'all. And this stuff is not going away. It's just some more rules are just being put in place. But everybody's acting like the shit's going away. Food stamps ain't going nowhere. Section 8 ain't going nowhere. They're just putting some time limits on it, which should happen, right? If it even passes, because it hasn't even passed everything yet, right? So we'll see what happens. But she's right. All these people talking about, just like the lady that was talking about, she not on Section 8, she on public housing. Girl. She not on Section 8, she on public housing. I can't do this. And she's got 2 master's degrees and can't spell hoping. Talking all that match her honey iced tea on a daggone video. talking about everybody else, right? Child, let's listen to her again.
So this is one thing that we need to stop doing in the black community. So I noticed that they taking away Section 8 and they trying to take away food stamps and they trying to take a lot of government programs, and a lot of women feeling some type of way.
There are a lot of women that are feeling some type of way.
And it's like, now y'all gonna see how hard it is to really make it out here with nobody. A lot of y'all be teaching y'all kids, oh, you get it out the mud. Oh, you don't need nobody. Oh, you don't need no man. Oh, you don't need no help. But a lot of y'all always had help from the government.
Oh, you know, they're never going to admit that. You know, they're never going to admit that. Oh, yeah, they will on TikTok, but you're supposed to ignore everything else. And then they're going to come find you, crusty dusties and musties. You're going to get your hey big head calls coming through, child.
And I don't really think it's right how y'all be having these kids and living off the government for years. And then y'all want to kick y'all kids out at 18 and tell them to find a way when you ain't never found a way. Like, y'all gonna really see with these programs being taken away, like how hard it is. Like, now you see what really be going on. Like, this stuff is crazy. Like, these chicks be living off of government assistance, trying to teach their kids that you don't need nobody, you don't need no man, you don't need no help. But
trust me, the kids know that they on assistance. Trust me, they know. And Ray, I see you, boo. Thank you for coming by.
But they got all the help in the world. Like, this sound crazy. Like, we really about to see how this blow out. Like, this is crazy. Okay.
We really are about to see it, y'all. You ain't ish. We really about to see, and they gonna be calling y'all up. Crust, dust, must, and rust. It's your turn. It's your turn. So that's what she had to say, right? And then I found this on TikTok. Okay. So this woman says teenagers are monsters. I hate to say this, but I think I'm raising a YN. Shaking my head, I guess I failed as a mom.
What? He's deciding he's not going to school today. He's just gonna skip school. Like, I don't get it. I don't know what else to do. Anybody else, teenagers, just be like, I'm not doing this shit.
No.
I don't care.
No.
I'm not going to school today.
No.
He's not going to school. I don't even know where he's going. Come back! AJ! School not even that way. Oh.
Child, is that how child? I know it's not y'all. Is this how y'all be raising your kids? Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. This how y'all be raising your kids? Hey, come back.
He's deciding he's not going to school today.
He deciding he need to find another place to live, child.
He's just gonna skip school. Like, I don't get it. I don't know what else to do. Anybody else, teenagers, just be like, I'm not doing this shit. I don't care.
Any of y'all teenagers be doing that? Just be deciding that they not going to school?
Here, I'm not going to school today. He's not going to school. I don't even know where he's going. Come back!
Come back! I'm pretty sure that's not going to work.
AJ!
AJ!
School not even that way.
You going the wrong way!
He's deciding
you going the wrong way. It's probably hot as shit. He got a whole hoodie ass and black on it. He about to go do something wrong. Allegedly. Yeah. He need to go see that daddy, even though it's probably too late. Allegedly, it's probably too late.
I am far from his friend. This boy hates my guts. I have done everything in the world to try to help him or talk to him. We are not friends. I am so serious. He just hates me. I am far from his friend.
Oh, so they do be knowing, huh? You raised him so well that he hates you.
This boy hates my guts. I have done everything in the world to try to help him or talk to him. We are not friends. I am so serious. He just hates me.
Josh, you should have sent him to Job Corps before all that stopped. This first person said it's not always the parents' fault. Sometimes good people just have kids that just don't care. Don't you love the excuses? No. If you're raising them, they're going to do what you've taught them because they don't know shit unless you teach them. Any excuse is better than none, child. Any excuse. This one says military school it is, then straight to the military from there. I can agree with that, but you can't force somebody to go into the military as far as I know. This woman says, give them over to God and let go.
Take me to the King.
Truth is, I'm tired.
Truth is, I'm tired.
Do you think that boy is thinking about the Lord? Does anybody think that child is thinking about the Lord? Zeroic said my mom would have been in the car and would have dragged me back. I hear you. I don't know what is going on. This is today's people. Plus, Generation Z.
Thank you, God, for keeping
Got time to
her.
escape, though, yeah.
Thank you, God, for the days when she didn't think she would make it, but you sent a fresh wind.
There you go. Priorities.
You know what? He has seen multiple therapists. At this point, a therapist is baffled. Okay, they are like, he goes in therapy, it's a waste of money. He sits there, he says he don't need to be there. He won't talk to the people. They can't make you talk, but they will let you sit there and run that checkup, run that bill up. And when it's time to go, okay, well, maybe next time we'll get through and we can make some groundwork. He got to be willing to want the help. It's not just about, taking him to therapy. When you go to therapy, you have to talk. You have to be open to trying. He's not open to that. He doesn't feel like anything is wrong. He just wants to be left alone. He wants me to leave him alone. If I say, AJ, I need you to do this, or why are you doing this? Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. But I'm the verbal abuser. Okay. You know what?
This person said, I voluntarily let CPS take my son because therapy wasn't working. Case managers weren't helping, and he had been to multiple residential and inpatient facilities. I think me giving up made him realize he got to do the work for himself this time because I've been trying to save him, and he wasn't getting anywhere because he didn't want to change yet. Keep your head up, mama. It will get better eventually. Words to live by. Couch said, change the locks. Child, it's too late. It's too late. I mean, I'm not saying not to change the locks, but it's too late.
When you go to therapy, Valerie, if I wanted to be his homie, wouldn't he not have to go to school? I'd be like, yo, what up, though, son? You ain't got to go to school today. All right, shoot. Homie, who's homie for real? Anyway, no, he's not my homie. He's not my friend. At this point in life, we are enemies. I'm not sure if there's...
I wonder if she says that to him.
Too many teenagers with their parent as their friend. If you're a teenager and you have a friend or a parent, then maybe that's a problem. But we're not friends. That's why we're in this situation, Valerie. Me and this boy has physically fought. Like,
there you go. Not their conversation about the Diddy, or anybody even in the comments talking about the Diddy.
This, like, he has fought his mother. This is not a friendship. I just reached out to the community to see what everybody else thought. Now, I'm viral, I guess. Okay, but it's not for the right reasons.
I'm viral. Shout out to Tiara. She said your son decided not to go to school and you upload a video for likes. And she's viral. Look at that. Lord, help your people.
Hello, that's a really good question. So the boy won't do homework, let alone a whole homeschool. I have to pull teeth with getting him to just do the homework. Like, that's not easy. I go to work every day. I try to do the best I can. There's no way I could sit here and watch him and try to beg him to do the work from the homeschool and still go to work. It's just not gonna happen. When the pandemic was here, he did not do anything. Them 2 years, he just, the school was in the computers.
He didn't do anything for 2 years during C-19. So this is not even new. This already started probably well before 2 years ago, or the first 2 years of the pandemic. So what's this, year number 6? How old was he then? He looked like he probably 15, so he was 9 and you allowed him to make his own decisions. I think we figured out where the problem is, which is where it is most of the time.
My son just decided he was gonna play the game while the teacher talking because it wasn't no teacher, so he playing video games. I would go in there like, get off the game, get off the game. He'd get off for a minute, but then when I go to work, he cutting that game back on. It's not no, you gotta want this. You gotta want that education. If you don't want it, hello. Going through these stages. Yes. Okay. For your question, he has met the belt, multiple belts. So when I was a kid, this was my belt. 2025, this is jail time. Also, when I was a kid, this was another belt. That hurt. 2025, jail time. So yes, AJ knows the belt. He even knows little stuff like this, you know, this one. He knows that. And then if I'm really having a day and we out and about, he know the coach purse belt. Kids know this, you know, like every black house knows this. I would take my thing off this and beat you. Can't beat you with this, even though this is what I want to beat you with. That leaves me with this. He will snatch this out my hand. Yes. Okay. For your question.
Child, I can't. Basically.
Shut up, bitch.
Basically, because this is so stupid. Just another stupid ass saying stupid shit on this stupid ass internet. Like you said, whoever said, Tiara said, you gonna upload a damn a video, and then she's talking about you going viral, which was the original video. But yeah, Kofi, you can add this to the good mama list for sure, for sure. Not near mention of a father at effing all. So y'all already know what that means. Ain't no daddy. There's no daddy. So this is what you get. Because he needs his damn father. But it's too late for that. How you gonna be at 9 years old basically and letting the 9-year-old decide what they gonna do? How? So he been doing this shit for the longest time. It's just getting worse. And all it's going to do is be worse. So whoever said that he's going to end up in jail, you already know what the choices are. Same stuff, different day. But like CIP said, you know, they offer everything to everyone. Everything to y'all. Everything to y'all. I know I do owe a gremlin night and a crime is down. I know. There's a lot going on too. Trust me when I tell you. A lot. All right, y'all. I got one more and then I'm done. One more, then I'm done. Over here on the Neighborhood Talk Cha. Woman says she prefers to work under white men instead of minorities. Says minorities in management are passive aggressive and like to make others pay back their dues from the past. Keep that DEI higher. Oh no. Cha.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
My bad. That's the wrong one. Oh shit. Now you think the father was smart. He went to get cigarettes. Is that what you're saying? Oh no. All right. It says, neighbors, do y'all agree with this?
My manager, my direct supervisor is going to be a minority, babe. Keep that DEI higher and keep that job offer too. I prefer to work under white men. Okay. White, middle-aged, you know, men with a family, you know, AARP eligible, you know, the ones that got the AAA, the ones that eat off the IHOP 55 plus menu. You know what I mean? The Medicare eligible ones. Give me that. Give me that. Because as far as I'm concerned, the minorities, they like to make you pay back the dues that they had to pay in 1987 when they first got their job as the model minority. And they want to like make sure that you have to do it too. Meanwhile, white man, he sees me, he goes, yep, let me give you this special project. What do you need? What's going to advance your career? How can I help you? None of the passive aggressiveness, none of the micromanaging, none of that extra shit, right? Give me Jim, Bob, Bill, give me that. Don't give me the minority, because as far as I'm concerned, anybody that looks like me or identifies as somebody who would be a DEI hire, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Y'all got a chip on y'all shoulder that I personally do not have the brain power to deal with. So as far as I'm concerned, hand me to the nearest white man. Thank you. If you offer me a job and I find out my manager, my direct supervisor is going to be a minority, babe, keep that DEI higher and keep that job offer too. I prefer to work under white men. Okay. White, middle-aged.
All right. This is what I'm going to say. Shout out to Fa up in here. Thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So this is what I'm gonna say. Me personally, I don't want to work for a woman. I work for a man now, and he works in another state, which makes it even better. Okay. And I am going to recognize that I have a lot of leeway, I shall call it. But when it's a biatch, they be on your ass all the time. I think it's biatches myself. That's my preference. I could work for any man because they're going to get to the fucking point. Not my manager can't get to the point because he's too much of a, you want to make everybody happy and be nice to everybody. Nigga, just tell me what you want me to do. And that's what we use. I don't say nigga, but he's white anyway. But I'll be like, child, just tell me what you want me to do. I don't need to hear all this. Just get to the point. What do you want? Because I'm going to do it anyway. Just tell me what you want. So then they'd be like, no, I would like you to. Fine. That's it. All you had to do was just effing say it, and it would have been okay. He got to go all the way around the mulberry bush. But the manager before was a man. He was Hispanic, and he actually pulled me into the job, and he was very direct, which I can appreciate it. Get to the fucking point. That's all I need. We good. Before that, I had a woman, and she was scatterbrained. She was elder. She was a nice woman, but she was scatterbrained. She was all over the place. She was worrying about every single person because she had one of those personalities where she cared about everybody and I don't. And she wanted to make sure this person is happy, that person is happy. And it was just too much. Just tell me what you want me to do. It's that simple. Not all this other bullshit. No, you should go and do this. It'll be better. You should get a mentor. No, I'm not doing that. Been there, done that. I'm not doing it. One of my best bosses was a black man. We had a great time. That was when work was fun. And that probably was the reason why. So, and he was just cool as shit anyway, but we really had a good time. Had a good time under him for like 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. Wasn't even interested in moving up, but not moving on because it was wonderful. If the department hadn't closed down, I would still be working there. Then he reported to a man. So it was all men. Well, if I work for men, I'm good. It's all good. It's all good for the most part. I can't think of a time where I worked for a man and it was not good. But I think about the biatches and you go through some shit, just like everything else. Just like everything else. There's always got to be a biatch being a biatch for whatever the reason is. Whether it's because you're a woman, you're black, you're getting something, somebody looking at you, somebody like you got something they like, the clothes are better. Child, it could be anything. It could be anything. And they're going to hold that shit against you, in my opinion. So the man don't have to be white, in my opinion. He just got to be a man. So if my department wasn't acting like jackasses at this point, I would have no problem with, staying there forever. But they're being assholes, so I got to go look. So I'm looking for another job. But the boss that I have, like, he leaves me the hell alone. Plus, I'll give him the business if he bothers me too much. And he don't want that because he is white and I'm black. And I've used that on him. I ain't gonna lie. I've used it on him. Oh, is it because I'm black? He gonna back up real quick. I gotta save that for when I really need it. He gonna back up real quick. Especially after 2020. They wouldn't try hearing none of that. They wouldn't. Now you biatches and pushed everybody away and you made everything racism. They don't give a shit no more. So you can't really use it. Just messing shit up all over the place. But so I can understand what she's saying. I just don't think it's just white men. I just think it's men anyway. But don't listen to me because I'm male identified. I'm black man identified. You black male identified. Y'all know. Male identified. Child, if these biatches don't go to hell, no, y'all are just difficult. Then you have an attitude, then something wrong with you overall, and then everybody got to hear about it and deal with your shit. No, nobody want to deal with your shit. Take care of your shit and leave us the hell alone. That's what I say. God forbid if she on her period, child. Oh, Lord, help your people. I have any trouble with people when I manage people. There was a white man who didn't like working for me. I know he didn't. He was all tall and he thought he could intimidate me. I'm like, nigga, if you don't go to hell, because I will have you fired in a heartbeat. I was very good at firing people. I don't care what your age is, and I don't care how tall you are, and I don't care what your color is. You're going to do what I say, or you're going to be the fuck on up out of here. Now, not necessarily in those words, but basically that's what I said. But other than that, all good, I think. All good for the most part. But child, I hated babysitting people, so I was like, I can't do this. I don't even want to take care of my own kids like this. I certainly ain't taking care of no adults. Oh, why aren't you at work? You know you have to call them. I got to call an adult. Why can't we just do no call, no show and fire them? You can't do that. You got to give them a chance. Ugh. That man's older than me, and I got to give him a chance. Child. No, being a supervisor is a pain in the ass. Absolutely.
This is amazing.
I was over it. I said, I'm up out of here. I'm not doing this. These people are adults. What are we doing? Ciao. Shout out to Wayne Lundy with another 20. Thank you, boo. He said in other news, I've been saving money by lowering your car insurance. By lowballing Auntie Michonne. I'm working on our second fish tank, and this is an expensive hobby. Yes, it is. Shout out to fish tanks, and fish are expensive too. And feeding them is expensive too. I let all three of my boys pick out a fancy tail goldfish. May the best fish win. Good luck to y'all. Not saving money, lowballing me. Thank you, hon. I appreciate you. You crazy. Yeah, people, grown ass adults acting like kids, and now it becomes my damn problem. Yeah, nah, I'm out of here. I'm not doing this no more. But anyway, y'all, that's it. That's all I got. So like I said, tomorrow is I'll be live streaming from the restaurant. I don't know if Broke Ass is still here, but tomorrow is date night at Alpen Rose, where you gotta knock, you gotta give a special knock to get in that bitch. They might say, girl, you can't be filming nothing in here. This is all what's that movie called where they got the secret society underground? What's that movie called? They might have that. And then they're going to be like, no, we're taking y'all to the basement where they got the circle and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, shit. So, yeah, if they let me live stream, then I'll live stream from there for a little while. See what's going on. And then lunch on Wednesday, lunch on Thursday. And depending on how my tooth feels on Thursday, maybe I'll do a show.
This is amazing.
We'll see. What's for dinner? I had the chicken corn salad again because I had leftovers that I made yesterday. But I'm about to go find some hummus because I feel like now I'm going to lay down. I'm tired. I'm going to lay down. Is it eyes wide shut? It could be. It could be. Messy going to mafia restaurants. Blame JP. He the one sending me there. JP the one that's sending me over there, child. I'm excited though. Because it looks nice. It looks nice. Shout out to Uncle Rick still up in here. Your leftovers from yesterday. Yeah, I had to make chicken breast, and you put in like zucchini and corn and tomatoes, something else. It was good. It was good. But tomorrow I'm eating. I'm gonna have a steak. Shout out to Kennard the DJ. If they got seafood, maybe I'll have seafood. We'll see. But anyway, got to get through all the damn traffic. Anyway, y'all, that's it. That's all. I appreciate it. If funky ass got to messy up some ish, I will take pictures. I'm a video, but I take pictures and send it to you. Because I appreciate you. JP got this for me for my. You changed it to your mama broken demonetized. Goodbye, sir. I'm just realizing that you're so silly. Oh my God. Stop it. Now you made me lose my train of thought. You're so crazy. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Thank you, JP. That's what I was going to say. Thank you for the birthday gift. And shout out to y'all who are reaching out and offering me and asking me stuff. You're too kind. I appreciate you. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to everybody that donated today. Shout out to Reaper for 20 memberships. Appreciate you as always. Y'all make sure you hit the like button for me. I will see y'all probably, what did I say? Oh, at dinner tomorrow. All right. I'll put out some videos. Make sure you watch the videos. Make sure you hit the like button. Share everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not even doing an outro. It looks like FDNHT is going at 8 o'clock. That's in 15 minutes. If you are not signed up, I think Reaper just dropped the link. Yes, right here. Make sure y'all go ahead and sign up for there. I will see you there for a moment, and then I will see you all tomorrow evening. Appreciate you. Again, hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. I'll see you all in the next one.